not fade out. They're faded. This song does not fade out.
I don't remember how it ends.
Misfits and dope addicts are here.
I don't remember.
I should have played it from my iPod.
your own
How much longer would it be?
Not much. Like another 10 seconds, maybe.
Is it a cold end? Is it a...
Yeah.
I always thought fade outs on songs were kind of, I mean, some great songs, they do fade out, but I always think it's kind of a cop out.
Anyway.
Well,
See, the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are
Can't
here.
figure out how to end the damn song, so let's just pot it down.
Yeah.
You kick over the amp and feedback. That's how every song should end.
Hey.
But that song, because they are in town, Cracker,
Oh, that's right.
Friday night at the Montage, Deer Valley Resort with Smash
And just
Mouth.
go for them, because you don't want to see Smash Mouth.
What about the Romantics? Do you want to see the Romantics?
What was their hit?
Oh, talking in your sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And What I Like About You.
What I like about... Hey!
Yeah, that's it.
That's your closer.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
All right, this is just dinking around. We got an official beginning to the show coming up in just a second, but I just want everybody to wander along with me. As I've been watching this Jason Bateman. Jason? Yeah. Show on Netflix.
Ozark? Festus loves that show.
Yeah, your son likes it. I find myself intrigued by it. He's really a good actor, but I can't get it out of my mind. Where's Justine? Why isn't she in this? What is Justine doing?
Justine Bateman?
His sister?
No,
Gina. Yes, his sister. Where? Okay, never mind.
You can't get it out of your head?
No, I can't. This thing is called Ozark. And it's a. Do we have to do traffic here, by the way?
No.
What?
We do. So it's a dirty, dirty place, the Ozarks. Some of the places they stay, like that motel they're staying in, it's dirty. They need carpet cleaning in there.
Already? No, you're doing a good thing, but just like 3 minutes too early.
Damn it!
Justine Bateman, she has a couple of films coming out. How to Apply for a Sexual Position is one of them. I don't know what.
All right. Well, let's.
She was on Modern Family.
Let's take a break then.
You asked what Justine Bateman's
I would just
up
take a
to.
break.
You really didn't care, actually. You were being facetious.
I was. You're right. You caught me.
You
Don't
didn't
ask
care.
me questions if you don't really care. I Googled for nothing.
Googled for nothing.
Gina, coming up in the news, they may have found the bones of Natalie Holloway.
Her dad found them.
We'll tell you about that.
All right. All that and more on the way. We'll officially start the show coming up at zerores.com.
I was fine. I was doing the right thing.
You were. I'm very proud of you, Bill.
You made me feel as though I'd done the wrong break.
I'm proud of you when you call Zero Res for maintenance on your house.
I have.
Justine Bateman made a mess on my carpet.
That's right. Just by sitting there. It was awful. When you have Zero Res over, as we all have, make sure that you ask them about the empowered water that they use. What's that? What is that? Why? How does that work?
They like explaining.
Oh, they love it.
Yeah. And they'll explain it better than we will. It's terrific, though, because there is no shampoo. There's no chemicals in what they do. And that means that there's no icky smell, and your carpets dry faster.
Yeah, it's they liken it to if you wash your hair with shampoo and then don't rinse the soap out. Think about how dirty your hair would be. That's what happens with your carpet when they use detergent.
So right now, Zero Res has one of the best values of the year. Have your carpets clean for just $33 a room. And then when you mention Radio from Hell, and you better mention Radio from Hell, so it's $33 a room, mention Radio from Hell, they'll say, oh, you know what we'll do? We'll throw in a fourth room for free. Some restrictions may apply. Call Zero Res, 801-288-9376. That's 2880, or go to zerores.com.
line now until Sunday at guitarcenter.com. Couple friends of the program texting in to 33986. Accident car went into the fence, 7200 West northbound by the charter school there. But just regular slowage now. The accidents we were having earlier this morning seem to be cleared up. Regular slowage southbound I-15 in Davis County and northbound in Draper. But rain seems to have subsided and traffic is flowing better.
Saturdays and Sundays. I was going to mention this article a little bit more.
Oh, okay. This is the Tribune article?
Yeah, this guy calls me. And that's why, I don't know what Richie expected. He calls me, he asks for some quotes. Mm-hmm. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is see if he got the quotes right.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you always do? If you're being quoted
I don't want to be
paper?
misquoted.
No.
I might come off looking stupid.
I'm just concerned my name's spelled right.
It is. And I was quoted correctly. I don't know about you, because you haven't looked yet.
I was rambling. I was doing my dishes when he called, so I had him on my jawbone, you know.
I was
You in the bathroom?
No, I was at Liberty Park putting my kids on the Ferris wheel and the little little all the little death trap rides that are over there at Liberty Park. The little injury-inducing ride. I cut myself on this.
Really?
Allred, in referencing his 5,000th episode on the Radio from Hell program, was quoted as saying, "You little jerk, get on that ride!"
You're bringing the little jerks tonight, right?
Yeah. But the quote, this dawned on me. This was, I think one of the more brilliant observations I've ever had. The reporter from the Salt Lake Tribune asked me, so why do you think your show has been on so long? Why has it lasted 5,000 episodes when other morning shows and radio shows have come and gone? Some appear and go quickly, some are there for a while, but they disappear. Why have you guys lasted 5,000 episodes? And I said, well, it seems pretty simple to me. It's because nobody ever fired us. Really? I mean, isn't that he kind of paused and he said, well, I guess that is true, isn't it?
Well, but we were fired.
Doesn't mean it's good. We just weren't fired.
We were fired once.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we were fired once.
Yeah.
No, you weren't fired. You could have stayed. You two could have kept doing the show.
No, he was told he would be fired if he didn't sign the contract.
That's what I mean. If you had signed the contract,
I was fired. I was fired because I wanted to be fired. I don't count that as really being fired. Mm. I was fired because I really, really wanted to be fired in the long run. I wasn't going to sign.
You could have kept your job if you wanted. Yeah. You signed the contract. You keep your job.
I wasn't going to sign a contract with those people, and I said to myself, if they fire me, I'll get unemployment. So that's what I want. I wanted to be fired.
So you were fired.
Yeah, but nobody's ever really fired.
Like I said, you suck. I don't want you to work here anymore. Get out.
Technically, I've been fired. You were never fired.
I've been fired many, many times. Oh, you mean from that job?
Not from this show. Yeah, but not from this show.
From the show. You've never been fired from this show.
Not from this show, no.
No.
Well, that's where it matters.
No. Never been fired from this show. And I was fired kind of by design, so I don't count that.
Kerry Jackson. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. on X96.
All right, 6:17 right now.
I guess now we officially begin the program, but we didn't ask for people to call and check in with us.
Let's ask now, 877-602-9696, and one of you will receive Twilight Concert Series tickets.
You not only get a chance to win those tickets, but this is an opportunity to be a part of the least popular feature we do on this show. This may be the least popular feature we've ever done. Check-ins.
Ever, you think?
Yeah, I think it might be. 877-602-9696. Just call in, tell us what you're doing, what's going on with you, how life is, and how hard you're going to work today. That's kind of a gauge we use to so we know how hard to work on the show. All right, official beginning to the program now.
All right.
Did you need to sponsor that?
No. Well, no, we're good.
All right. The moon is a waning crescent moon, 23% of full. The moon will set today at 5:08 p.m. Today being Thursday. It's the 17th day of August in the year of our Lord 2017. And this is North America's most malicious radio broadcast.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, right there. I'm Bill Allred. Gina Barberi is right over there. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show.
He's down to Pal.
He went down to Pal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's down to Pal, a place where his man bun will fit right in. So Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal, is helping produce the show. Dylan Allred is producing video for the program. You can see that at x96.com/live. And then there's a girl here whose name, if she's still here tomorrow, whose name I will finally learn. Coming up on the show, here on this National Thrift Store Day. Did you know that? National Thrift Store Day.
I can't eat anything related to that. So
it is coming up on the show. Sean Means will be here to review movies. Is there a big movie out this
yes, week? There is.
He'll be here at 7:45.
He's giving good notices to just about everything. Hitman's Bodyguard, Logan Lucky, Brigsby Bear.
Oh, Brigsby Bear. Yeah, that was filmed here in Utah. So he'll be here about 7:45. Also, Beat Gina at 7 o'clock. We've got concert tickets for that. And just sometime during the show today, Bill's Beauty Buzz, a new feature. I'll be talking about mascara that doesn't run.
Oh, that'll be helpful.
Coming up on Bill's Beauty Buzz.
People will love that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Let's see. So calling to check in is brought to you by the Twilight Concert Series. By the way, still call 877-602-9696. It's happening Thursday nights now through August 31st at Pioneer Park in downtown Salt Lake. The tickets we're giving away for check-ins are for next week's Twilight concert, which is Andrew Bird. Only $7.50 in advance, $10 at the gate, or you can purchase them online at twilightconcerts.com.
All right. HVAC Shin checking in, making Utah cool again. Am at the VA checking in. Happy Friday Eve.
Mr. Roboto checking in. Thanks for the nickname approval. Have an awesome day.
I have a little, I'm wondering, we have just one call so far.
At 877-602-9696?
Yeah, just one here on the worst feature we've ever done probably on the Radio from Hell show. And I'm wondering who that is really.
Who would be the one person?
Well, there's
Kyle.
Kyle?
Kyle, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle, how are you?
Good.
What are you doing today?
I'm on my way to work. I work doing excavation, digging, and running a track hoe.
A track hoe? Did you say?
Yep.
What is a track
hoe? Yeah.
What is a track hoe as opposed to a backhoe?
It's an excavator. It's on tracks instead of rubber tires.
Oh, it's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like.
You know what you're doing then, don't you?
Yeah, you got to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I listen to you guys on my radio in the track hoe every day. I started and got hooked. Haven't stopped.
How long ago was that, Kyle?
It's probably been about 6 months now.
Really? Well, I'm
relatively
glad.
new listener.
I'm glad you found us, and we'll try to listen. I've already decided we'll work hard today just for you, Kyle.
Well, don't do that because I'm not going to work hard.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for checking in.
Bye bye.
Yeah. We'll see you.
Peterbilt Brian checking in. Weird run today. Going to Fillmore to get 37 tons of rock and taking it up to Brigham City. Better give me 90%.
What, they don't have rocks in Brigham City?
They used to. They ran out.
Ran out of rock?
Because they used them all, throwing them at people who were trying to move into town.
Get out!
Get out!
Chicken Rob checking in. Why did the chicken run across the road? To get away from the Nazis.
I didn't know that's how that went.
Nova Kim checking in, headed to work at the nameless, faceless federal agency that is my client. 95 days until I'm off that project. I won't be trying, so feel free not to give it a go.
Okay.
Mixer driver Shane from Taiwan checking in.
Wow.
Just waiting to get loaded. Give just enough effort to get through the day. It's almost the weekend.
Okay, we will.
Greater Jake checking in. Brooke at the greenhouse checking in. Loving Gina's hat.
Thank you.
Must be watching at x96.com/live.
It's my liberal patriot pussy hat.
Let's go to Jason.
Jason, how are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, what's happening with your life today?
Just in the middle of my 1 hour every morning drive up to Park City. I'm a superintendent for a pretty large construction company, and we've got a project up here at the Canyons.
What do you? There is no more the Canyons, is there?
Well, Park City Mountain Resort at the Canyons, I believe they call it.
Yeah, I think they just call it the whole thing there. You is it you're building houses or condos, or what are you doing?
Yeah, there's a big it's called Apex, and it's a big residence they have up here, ski in, ski out. It's pretty nice.
Ski in, ski out. Listen, could you put my name on one of those?
I don't think it works that way.
Just kind of slip me one of them, and so I can afford it. But if you slip me one, I could live there.
I'll at the next concrete pour, we'll put your name in the slab, so
they'll know it's mine. All right, thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
See ya.
Let's see. John checking in, weighing in on whether this is the worst feature or not. He says he calls it Two Truths and a Lie, but Den of Lies was worse.
Really?
Than this feature. Gina always forgot the one that she was supposed to do and messed it up.
No, I didn't.
That's what he says here. Yeah. That's what he's saying.
That's how people remember it, Gina.
I don't recall it that way, but that's...
They always remember me screwing it up.
Listen, it was bad on all sides. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to Amanda.
Amanda?
Yes.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thanks.
I understand you won the tickets. You're the random checker-inner who won the tickets for, what did we give them? Oh, Twilight Concert Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing today?
I have to hike to my car every time I want to go somewhere because they're doing the stupid slurry stuff on my street.
Oh, yeah.
And so... But I live off of a kind of a busy road, and there's nowhere to park off the end of my street. So I have to literally park my car about a quarter of a mile away.
Jeez.
You pack a lunch?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, do they do that thing where they put gravel? Remember how they always used to lay down like tar and then put gravel? I haven't encountered that for a long time.
Because it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know what they call it. Slurry. I don't know what that means.
You'd always get a broken
windshield. They just said
windshield.
we're not allowed to drive.
It's Stupid Slurry. Remember that, Amanda.
Slurry.
That's the brand name. Stupid Slurry. From the Stupid Slurry
Only
company.
trust Stupid Slurry brand Slurry.
Well, I'm sorry you have to hike to your car, Amanda, but have a lovely day.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you. Bitterwater Mary. Just finished swimming on my way to work. It is my Friday, so 60% will do for me. Tim the tree guy checking in. Mike the dock worker checking in, keeping America's freight moving. Yeah. Let's see. Tech support Cindy. Sorry, it's not Friday yet.
Don't get excited.
I need you to help me.
All right.
You're getting a little ahead of yourself there.
And there's people saying, no, bring back Den of Lies.
No, we're not going to do that. Because, if you remember, Gina always screwed it up.
Every time.
That's why we had to get rid of it.
Robert checking in from Brigham. We have rocks here. Fillmore's are just cooler, that's all.
We have rocks.
We got rocks up. We got plenty of rocks. You come up here, I'll throw one at you.
They're insufficient rocks.
The tar and gravel is called chip seal, and they usually do it on country roads now.
Okay, thank you.
It was always... It's
horrible.
called chip seal because it was chip in your windshield.
Yeah.
Is what it,
horrible stuff.
Oh, I hated that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we have to. So let's...
we have to try?
We have to try.
All
So
right.
coming up after these, Big Boy News and Opinioendo and Geek News.
Yeah.
on the way.
What coming up in the news? We got Natalie Holloway's bones, maybe, and also globs of fat in the sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And what's in Geek News?
Well, I'm putting it together now.
Okay.
Trying to decide whether I'm going to tell you the secret of Sergeant Candy or not.
Oh, please.
Well, why would you not tell us?
Because I have my motivations. I am going to tell you about the It House.
Oh, cool. All right.
The Legend of It.
You sound creepy.
House. All right. And some other stuff coming up on the way. Stand by for all of that. Gina, do you have traffic?
Crash southbound I-15 at 4th South. This is in Springville, Utah, as opposed to Springville, Taiwan, if you're listening in Taiwan. Crash eastbound I-80. This is milepost 12. This is out toward Wendover in Tooele County. And looks like that's about it. Brought to you by Snowbird's annual Oktoberfest. Enjoy classic German beer, food, and music every Saturday and Sunday, including Labor Day through October 15th. Get all the details at snowbird.com.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, big boy news and geek news coming up after these.
When Radio from Hell ends at 10.
All right, now what?
This is Utah Word of the Day. That's
From what year do you have? Any idea?
94, I want to say.
94.
1994.
Okay.
Let's see. Here we go.
Today, we examine another group of words used by most Utahns called L words, or words that end in ELL.
Oh, yeah.
And to help you with today's lesson, each time an L word is used in the following dialogue, a bell will sound. Imagine, if you will, our two friends, LeVar and LeGrand, together in LeVar's trailer house. The TV is on. A conversation ensues. Again, these are L words.
I love this TV show.
Yeah.
I am so glad that someone is showing the reruns of McKell's Navy.
Me too. You know, I would just love to set sail with McKell myself. Hey, you remember the one when the wacky crew of PT Boat 73 tried to save that beached well?
Oh, yeah. They had a hard time because of this big storm.
Yeah.
Gale force winds and hell stones the size of golf balls.
Yeah.
But they saved that well anyway. McKell did not fell.
Well, no thanks to Gruber. Yeah, that was quite a tell, though. Hey, listen, give me some of them snacks, would you? I'm hungry.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
What?
Trell mix.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this, LeGrand, but Trell mix makes me thirsty for just one thing.
You're not gonna be drinking beer in front of me, are you, LeVar?
Oh, no. I'm gonna have me a glass of L.
L is beer.
Yeah, but this is pretty mild. It's that Pell L from Squatters. It's so mild I can drink a whole bucket of it.
You'd get drunk if you drunk a whole Pell of Pell L. Then you'd get throwed in jail. And I'd have to bail you out. Oh, hey, looky here what I got in the mail. It's a flyer from Deseret Book. It says here that Dan Quell is coming to town to sign copies of his new book.
Boy, the liberals sure rode Bush and Quell out of Washington on a rel.
Sure did.
They fought tooth and nail, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear that this new book of his really lifts the veil of secrecy about Washington life and what really went on. You know, I'd like to see him. What Deseret Book is he at?
Well, the one by that big jewelry store.
Big jewelry store. You mean Morgan's Jewelers?
Nope. Zell's.
There you go.
That's back when we had this theory that we would beat you over the head with comedy. You know, the way to get you to laugh was to beat you over the head with comedy.
Why didn't we ever learn to edit?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. Also, now, you were shouting, this sucks. I got to tell you, though, out of all of the Utah Word of the Days, that was the best one.
It was one of the,
Really?
Yeah. That was one of the better ones.
In my opinion, I think that was the best one. Whenever someone says, what's the quintessential episode, I say that one.
I still like Lard Dorothy. That's a gorgeous orange.
I like talking to talking to the manager of the store about the manger scene.
Yeah.
The creche, the manger scene. The manger. I need to speak to the manager about the manger scene.
God. Beat you over the head is right. Even I was getting bored. Sorry, folks. Yeah, that's why we don't do sketches anymore, all right? Anyway.
Music all day. X96.
6:35 right now. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by...
Got greens? Make Tuesdays your vegetable shopping day at the Tuesday Harvest Market in Pioneer Park, 4 p.m. to dusk. Find out more at slcfarmersmarket.org/Tuesday Harvest Market.
Well, Gina, I know you have followed the Natalie Holloway story.
For years.
For years now. She was the young girl, probably about 16, I think, at the time. She went missing in Aruba. Mm-hmm. She was down there on a trip with some of her friends, I think, for
a spring break
trip. And she went missing. Mm-hmm. And has never been found since.
Nope.
Now, there was a suspect in the case, a Dutch kid guy who lived in Aruba at the time. I'm just doing this from memory.
I'll help you out.
And he was a suspect, but they never convicted him of murdering Natalie Holloway. It was suspected that he and some other guys did it. But then he got another girlfriend somewhere. No, I don't think it was in Aruba.
South America.
In South America, he got a girlfriend. And he got pissed at her and killed her.
Yep.
And was convicted of that.
Yep.
And is in prison.
Yep.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
But Natalie Holloway never has been found. Authorities now...
Yeah, he's never admitted to that one, but they're pretty sure.
Yeah. But authorities now have discovered human remains behind a house in Aruba. A grisly, it says here, find that may finally crack the mystery surrounding Natalie Holloway's disappearance 12 years ago. The remains, discovered following a renewed 18-month probe, are being tested to see if they're a DNA match with Natalie Holloway. She was an Alabama teenager who went missing on a graduation trip in 2005. Her father, Dave, and investigator T.J. Ward revealed these facts yesterday. I know there's possibility that this could be someone else, but I'm just trying to wait and see, Holloway said. It would finally be the end.
Can I give you another fun fact?
Yeah.
So he and his wife got divorced, as often happens when something traumatic like this.
Mr. Holloway, Dave.
his ex-wife,
Beth,
and John Benet Ramsey's dad
Okay.
hooked up. Isn't that odd?
Is there a special dating app or
Well,
something?
a support group?
You joke,
Maybe.
but it's one. I think he reached out to her saying, "I know what it feels like to lose a child,"
Yeah.
and
And you're pretty good looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So isn't that?
Yeah, it's
Well,
interesting.
just a little tiny.
All right.
Interesting.
I know all kinds of murder facts.
Murder fact.
The state of Utah is urging all Utah schools to test their drinking water, all Utah schools, to test their drinking water for lead contamination, preferably before Labor Day.
Yeah, if you would get on that, please.
Well, my kids are in school already, so
After spot tests over the summer found high levels of lead at several schools. Of the 188 schools sampled this spring and summer, drinking water at 10 schools contained lead concentrations that exceeded guidelines established by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and may explain why we have so many little dumb kids here. Nearly half of the tested schools showed some levels of lead, between 1 and 15 micrograms per liter. Overall, water collected from the 188 schools was nearly twice as likely to exceed the EPA's threshold compared to more routine samples collected from homes. These results show that we should look, said Marie Owens, director of the Division of Drinking Water. Children are a vulnerable population, and they're at school longer than they are at home, so we need to look for lead. Now, I haven't read down deeper into this story. I'm trying to see if there's a list of these schools. The Box Elder School District had 2 schools with high lead test results. That's probably why they're in Brigham City throwing rocks at people who try to move into town. It was Bear River Middle School and Willard Elementary School. Let's see. Granite School District. One of the first to agree to conduct the test, they were Beehive Elementary, Calvin S. Elementary, Gerald Wright Elementary. Who are these people? Granite Technical Institute, Magna Elementary, Silver Hills Elementary, and William Penn Elementary. Those are schools that exceed the federal limit for lead contamination in the water.
I'm telling you, we need to be looking at this. It's not just the schools. I think it's everywhere. I mean, most of the water systems that were developed in this nation were using lead pipes.
District spokesman Ben Horsley said parents should rest assured that the problems have been or will be addressed before school starts next week. If we have to rip all the pipes out of these schools before next week. No. The district also plans to pursue a bond this fall in order to fund a large-scale remodeling effort. So,
I send my kids with water bottles filled up at home to school.
From the lead pipes you have at home.
Well, he's not wrong.
Donald Trump, the day after John Curtis declared victory, the Republican primary for the 3rd Congressional District here in Utah, Donald Trump sent Mr. Curtis a letter of congratulations.
And a loyalty oath to sign.
Well,
did Mr. Curtis say ew?
Well, here's what Mr. Curtis said. President Trump offered congratulations via Twitter, asked what he thought of that. John Curtis told Fox 13, not much.
Good.
I suspect he...
I knew I liked him.
Now, I don't know why he said this. I suspect he and I have not met. Well, no, here's how he said it. I just read the sentence, and here's how he said it. He said, I suspect he and I have not met. He doesn't know who I am. Yeah. I suspect he doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know what I stand for. Yeah. We'll deal with that when I get back to Washington.
I have an R next to my name, so he assumes I'm his guy.
He assumes the loyalty oath is there.
Curtis's Democratic challenger, Dr. Kathy Allen, who was here in our studio yesterday, laughed when asked about the tweet. She said, I'm glad he got it. I wouldn't want it. Wrong. So we'll try and get John Curtis in here and talk to him soon. Republican Senator Mike Lee was the first and only member of Utah's congressional delegation to directly criticize Donald Trump for defending white supremacists and neo-Nazis after the violence in Charlottesville. Carrying a Nazi flag or any other symbol of white supremacy is a hateful act that cannot be morally defended, least of all by the leader of a diverse nation still healing from its original sin of racist slavery, Lee wrote. His colleague, Senator Orrin Hatch, stood up for Trump, while the state's other federal representatives did not, although they did not talk about him directly. They denounced the racially charged rallies outside of Virginia, and the other representatives here in Utah condemned the hate groups, but they steered away from calling out Trump.
Why?
Or even naming him for insisting on Tuesday that there was blame on both sides.
Wrong.
Well, because they're Republicans. As a matter of fact, Dave Hansen, former Utah Republican Party chairman, said he's a Republican president and there is hesitancy to criticize him. I don't have a problem.
He makes
with
it so easy.
I know. Well, he makes it so clear that you have to. That's the part that gets me.
One person has died and others were injured during a crash of the Bonneville Salt Flats. Multiple medical helicopters were called to the Bonneville Speedway for the fatal accident on Wednesday. 2 vehicles, a pickup truck with 4 occupants and a minivan, were involved in the crash, according to investigators. The crash happened during Speed Week, but had nothing to do with the racing. They were just out there. And thousands of people put on lab coats in Salt Lake to set a Guinness Book of World Records. Now, I wouldn't normally mention this because it's in the Salt Lake, it was on Fox 13, and it's really kind of a commercial. It's one of those news stories that's kind of a commercial for USANA. They kicked off a 4-day convention in Salt Lake by setting a new Guinness Book of World Records. Employees of the company, which is headquartered here, congregated in coordinated attire to set a record for the largest gathering of people dressed as scientists. USANA produces nutritional products and dietary supplements. Don Makuga, Chief Communications Officer for USANA, spoke about the record-setting effort, and here's why I mention it. Well, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't that hard because we got about 12,000 people here. We broke the record, and we've still got thousands of more people standing out here dressed as scientists. We call it good. We'll break even if we have to. So they're out there, and they're not scientists. They're just dressed as scientists. But interestingly enough, the Trump administration has reached out to them for key positions in the... I'm sorry.
Kerry, you ruined it. You're not supposed to laugh until he's done.
No, that was perfect time to laugh. I didn't really have an ending. It was like it was like fading out a song. That was the perfect time to laugh. All right. You want to do Geek News now?
Sports weather traffic, please.
This is very cool. Join punk rock icons Brandon Steinekert and Lars Fredriksson of Rancid as their teams face off at the Riot on Wednesday, August 23rd. So it's Real Salt Lake versus the San Jose Earthquakes. Now, Brandon, as you probably know, wrote the official team song for Real. If you believe, then you stand by the
Words.
I'll get to Scotland before you. Sorry.
And Lars wrote the song for the San Jose Earthquake. Theirs is called Never Say Die.
And never say die, and I'll get to Scotland before you.
And they'll both be there. So we, in honor of that, we're giving away tickets to Real Salt Lake versus San Jose Earthquakes match Wednesday, August 23rd. And how you win that is by texting BELIEVE to 33986.
Right.
And we'll give those away.
Here at the sports ball, we chant about the sports ball. Here in the sports ball hall.
Well, weather, it's warming up for the weekend. It'll be 91 for a high today. Fresh food and fair price with Del Taco's Buck and Under menu featuring new $1 mini shakes made to order in chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Del Taco, unfreshing, believable. Price of participation may vary. Traffic, I'm going to refresh here and make sure I've got the very latest from UDOT. Crash eastbound 7800 South at Mountain View Corridor Highway in Salt Lake. Right lane is closed there. Crash southbound I-15 at 27th South in Salt Lake. Crash eastbound I-80. This is out by Wendover in Tooele County. going to check our message stream quickly. Oh, now it's all full of believes there.
Oh, well, yeah.
As it should be. But if you see something traffic-wise, text it to us, 33986.
All right.
I know you got geek news here, but, we just mentioned that Natalie Holloway story and her dad finding bones. And I just saw this. I didn't realize this. He's also premiering a new series on TV.
You did a commercial for him.
About people who have disappeared. So there you go.
Fell for it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Of course. Brought to you by our friends at Cabin Fever. Action figures, playing cards, puzzles, gift books. Cabin Fever carries a large selection of licensed merchandise located in the heart of Trolley Square, 5th South, 7th East. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
GeekShowPodcast.com, brand new episode is available now. The episode is called Sergeant Candy. I was going to share the secret of Sergeant Candy on the air today. I'm going to wait till Monday.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do that on
wait.
Monday's Geek News because you should listen to the podcast.
Oh.
You're right.
You're tricking us.
I want to ramp up the downloads, but you will be amazed at the secret of Sergeant Candy.
You can't even give us a hint?
Sergeant Candy.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good hint.
That's your hint.
All right.
That's your hint.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Jimmy on Geek Show, film critic, is going to the premiere of It. I think next weekend? I want to say next weekend.
Stephen King's It?
Yeah, the remake of the made-for-TV movie. And they're going all out with promoting this movie. They're pretty confident in it. And part of the fun that he's going to experience down there while interviewing the stars of the movie and seeing it and all that is It House.
Like a haunted house?
And
like
this is something that you can do. Cool. The general public can do it. It's free.
It's free? Why would they do that?
Promoting a movie.
Promote the movie. Dave Holloway will be in there.
It is currently up right now. If you go to that'swhereitlives.com, you can see the website for it. It's on the corner of Hollywood and Vine, one of the most famous intersections in the world. From now until September 10th, it's sporting the Niebold Street house from It. And I saw pictures from somebody who went through it. And if you Google search the images, you'll see them. It looks like the house from It. It's like a movie prop on the corner. And so this is what this is all about. It's promoting the movie It. And, of course, you know all about it. It's, kids in their town are disappearing, and there's a clown named Pennywise and all of that. But
What's the website?
It's called that'swhereitlives.com.
Okay.
So to help promote the movie, they built this thing on the corner. And it's a haunt. Life-size replica of the house, complete with actors, props. Small groups walk through the house together, filled with gross, creepy details. Now, the interesting thing about all the rooms along the 20-minute or so tour is that in most cases, the scares don't come to you. You are encouraged to explore.
Go look over there.
You are encouraged to explore the rooms.
What's in the box?
It's like that. Explore each room. Look at all the creepy old toys, games, pieces of paper, until something eventually is triggered to scare you.
Do we know when the movie's coming out?
It is September 8th. Yes.
And
September
anybody
8th.
in it that we know?
Not really any really famous people.
Okay.
But there's, one room that you see in the trailer is in this haunt. It's the room full of clown dolls.
Ugh.
That doesn't have to do anything but be a room full of clown dolls, and it's scary.
Well, they encourage you to take a look at the clown dolls.
You're going to get close, and then
you're going to get close, and one of them's going to come and get you.
Yeah.
What's so scary about this toilet?
But there's and then there's video monitors and things where Pennywise is talking to you, and then yes, you do go down into the sewers, and you are asked which direction. There's two routes. There's right or left. You decide. There's also a room that has 3 doors, and on the doors, painted in blood, are these words. First door, not scary at all. Second door, scary. Third door, very scary.
Well, I'm going in the one that says not scary at all.
I bet it's a lie.
I saw what's behind that one, and
It's not scary at all.
I think it's one of those deals where no matter which door you
Yeah.
pick, you're kind of screwed. But anyway, there you go. So it's that's where it lives.com. And if you're in L.A., the corner of Hollywood and Vine, it's free, but you got to make a reservation. Okay, American Werewolf in London. This was an assignment I was given by a listener who says he swears that he heard that this was actually happening.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And I didn't believe it.
Yeah, I read it somewhere as well.
So I did some digging. It's happening. Yes, the John Landis and Anthony Waller, who helmed, John Landis did American Werewolf in London, Anthony Waller helmed American Werewolf in Paris. They closed a deal with Universal for the remake rights. So that is happening, and we also have a screenwriter and director for the American Werewolf in London remake, reboot, whatever you want to call it. John Landis' son, Max Landis.
Yeah, he's done some directing.
He has, and it's being produced by Robert Kirkman and Dave Alpert from Walking Dead.
Oh, they know what they're doing.
So it's real. It is happening. You are getting it. Terminator 2 is coming back to theaters for a very brief run, and there's been a slight change. You remember?
Did they make it better?
You remember?
That was a good movie.
Remember when they re-released E.T. in theaters and they made special effects change?
Yeah, they made so they weren't carrying guns.
They weren't
or
carrying guns.
Flashlights.
They were carrying cell phones and other things instead of guns. Well, James Cameron said I made just one tiny change. Now, if you go and watch the original,
Okay. Oh, this is the original Terminator 2.
Terminator
Okay.
2. If you go and watch Terminator 2, in the famous canal chase scene when the T-1000 dive bombs a tow truck into the canal, if you watch the stunt, the windshield falls out. Only actually it doesn't, because when you get back to the next shot, it stays in for the rest of the sequence.
Oh, so
it's a continuity thing.
So he said, it's always bugged me.
Yeah.
So with the special effects
So this
computer
isn't
stuff
a-
that we
this
have
isn't
now,
a big
this
thing,
is
yeah.
the slight change that I'm making.
That's not a big thing.
It has been, cleaned up. It's 4K. It's, digitally remastered. Great
I
sound.
like that movie a lot.
3D re-release of Terminator 2, August 25th. So those are the slight changes.
Yeah, that's all right.
That he has made. And finally this. Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck?
He's in Justice League as Batman, and then, he was co-writer of the screenplay for the Batman movie that's coming, the solo Batman movie that's on the way. He was going to direct it, remember that? And now he's not directing
Not gonna
it.
direct
And then they had the script where he and Jeff Johns wrote it, and then the director came in and said, no, we're not doing that.
crap.
Can't do that.
So then there's rumors going around about him not even being Batman at all.
in the script, he wanted to do Batman versus Jersey Girl. That's what
I
he
would have
wanted.
watched that. Well, Casey Affleck was being interviewed on a radio show and asked about this. He says, I thought he was an okay Batman. No, he was great. He's a hero. So he had something to channel to work with there. But he's not going to do that movie, I don't think, sorry to say. Is that breaking news? Because I was just kind of making that up. I don't know.
So he doesn't know.
No.
I don't think he knows. I don't think that Casey Affleck is right in the head.
Casey Affleck's had some problems
Yes,
lately.
and I predict that he will do a Batman movie for one reason: alimony.
Well, oh yeah, and Casey Affleck said yesterday, Carrie, I was kidding. I don't know anything about it.
I never talked to my brother.
Tried to reiterate it.
He's not right in the head.
Yeah.
And Ben Affleck will do Batman because alimony.
And he'll also have his brother killed.
He should. Casey is not right in the head. All right. Do you have traffic?
I do. Crash eastbound 78 South at Mountain View Corridor Highway. The right lane is closed there. Crash southbound I-15 at 27th South in Salt Lake. And looks like that's it. I'm going to check our message stream. It's full of believes, this message stream. If you see any traffic or things in the road that people should know about, text it to us, 33986.
All right.
And then it's time for to get people for Beat Gina,
We need people to beat Gina. Line up right now at 877-602-9696. What is the prize?
80s Live tickets.
So that's Berlin and no.
Not Flux. You could see them there, but not them. It's a Cutting Crew, Wang Chung,
Spandau Ballet,
one guy from that one band.
Yeah, it's
Tommy
a big
Two-Tone.
It's a big lineup.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun show. So that's what you will win if you beat Gina. But you've got to have a prize to give her if she beats you at Baby Boomer Trivia.
All right.
It's multiple choice, so you
can just pick one.
You can figure it out.
It's easy.
So just make sure that you have a good prize to offer, Gina, because that's how we select the contestant. Call 877-602-9696, and those, and you'll win tickets maybe to the 80s live show. Those all that music from those shows. You would see in movies probably.
Oh yeah, they're
almost
all on
all
soundtracks.
of them.
And Salt Lake Film Society, slfs.org. Sean's coming in to review, of course, all the other movies.
Are there some artsies there that he's reviewing?
But the artsies he will be reviewing is, Wind River and a documentary called Step.
Oh, Wind River. That's that one with Jeremy Renner and the Olsen
Elizabeth
girl.
Olsen.
Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Salt Lake Film Society brings in. Now, that's kind of an independent film that Jeremy Renner did. And Salt Lake Film Society always brings in movies like that. You can go find out the entire lineup of the movies they do at slfs.org. And also, you can subscribe to the Salt Lake Film Society weekly email for updates. And so you'll always know what's playing there. And join the Red Carpet Club as well. And check out their podcast.
Dylan Allred produces that.
It's called Talking Film. They go deep into the world of film. New episodes every month at slfs.org. It's the Salt Lake Film Society. We're lucky to have them here in Salt Lake. slfs.org.
On Monday, August 21st, Now, speaking of dramatic interpretations, no way.
Thespians.
What you guys do there is not really that at all, is it?
It's dramatic.
They're putting on a show.
Yeah, we're putting on a show.
They found some old costumes in a trunk.
And they're going to save the school. Or the church or whatever. Hey.
Last night at the theater doing my show, Spirit of the Holidays.
Plug the theater.
At the Desert Star.
Yeah, plug it.
Plays until New Year's. A friend of the program came to the show and brought her family. She had actually just previously been. She went and grabbed herself a best of CD and then decided to come.
So a real
and
friend
watch
of the
show.
program.
Yeah, a due friend of the program. And then came to the show. I said I knew that she was going to be there. She was there with her husband. I said, "Well, stick around afterwards. I'll say hello, see what you thought of the show." And afterwards, we were talking, and her mother tried to adopt me.
Huh?
From what I understand, because we talk about how my family is trying to push me out
Oh
of
yeah,
the house.
You're a big
very
kid
much
now.
So. 26 years old,
It's
you have
time
the
to have your
college
own-
degree, you don't clean your room, it's time to get out. A woman, the mother of this friend of the program, offered to adopt me last night. You can put a lock on your door, Richie. I've got the whole basement to yourself.
You're considering this, aren't you?
I started the application process last night.
Yeah, why don't you go sponge off someone else?
Your
It's
family's
not
tired.
sponging.
Well, what do you call it?
Well, what do you give them in return?
A show? Do you
I can
dance and sing and perform?
I
for
sing
them?
in the shower, and that carries throughout the house, and I'm good at lawn mowing. That doesn't do any well in the.
No.
I can shovel snow.
You never have time to do any of these
I can do any of
things.
that stuff, but they offered, and so I'm seriously considering, because it's over in Sugar House,
You are seriously considering.
moving in. Maybe not on a permanent basis, but becoming a resident of this home for
This
like a
will
month.
end badly.
This is a little creepy, Richie.
Someone's just.
You mean this isn't like when Fonzie moved in with the Cunninghams?
That's what
for
he's
the
thinking.
garage?
That's what
Yeah.
he's thinking.
You mean it's not like that at all?
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. C.
Because, that never happens. I'm sorry, Richie.
I don't need much.
It is a little weird.
You know what we really need is a few episodes of Happy Days done by squirrels. Wouldn't that be?
Oh.
Just to go back to that for a second.
That would be awesome.
Sit on it.
Yeah.
I'm convinced, though,
Yeah.
that I could move out, not have a place, and find places to stay.
Oh, I'm
Of
convinced.
course, yeah.
of it.
You
Well,
could.
you do it. You do it anyway.
Well, no, but I mean, I could move out of mom's, move out of
Sure.
dad's,
Yeah.
and I'm seriously considering
just-
that come the first of the
Just
year,
rotate around.
and just
You'd be
go
living
around.
out of your car is what you'd be doing.
which is no different than what I'm doing at this point. Really, if you've seen my car,
Yeah.
yeah.
I said something to Richie the other day. I said, "Why don't we go in your car?" And he said, "Because there's only room for the drive."
From your favorite morning radio show.
Wow, that would be swell!
Follow Radio from Hell on Twitter at Radio from Hell.
Are we ready? Is this sponsored?
No.
Okay.
Beat Gina. It's the game everybody wants to play and no one wants to sponsor.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you beat me, You'll win tickets to Lost 80s Live featuring Tony Hadley. You say, who's that? Well, he's from Spandau Ballet, of course.
Oh, that one guy from that one band.
Well, I know this much is true.
Very good. Cutting Crew, Wang Chung, Naked Eyes, Berlin, Tommy Two-Tone, all happening September 7th at the Gallivan Center in Salt Lake. Tickets are on sale at smithtix.com.
It'll be a good show and a good place to see it.
Yeah.
You know?
We got 3 contestants on the line here, and
All right.
see what the prizes
Let me
they're
see
offering
what prizes
you.
they are offering. I need to pull up that screen so I can see. Okay. Line 1 is offering a custom-made paracord burr.
A paracord bracelet.
Bracelet.
It's parachute cords.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Okay.
you've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Robert.
Line 2 is offering 3 bags of the new flavored Lay's potato chip.
Oh,
These
Terry.
are the test bags.
That's Terry.
And let's see, line 3,
Topher's dad?
meet and greet with. That
It says, it says meet and greet with the baby.
with a baby?
With baby Topher. So what
So
it
he
is
would
is-
just bring his baby?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a bottle of wine or Oreos. I guess you can say that.
Yeah. It's you get to meet his new baby. We all love Lay's.
This is not about you getting stuff to eat.
I just said we all love. You really want a paracord bracelet?
I want to meet the baby.
Really?
Get out of town.
Meet the baby.
Meet
Get
the baby?
out. That means you'll have to stay around work.
Nope. If I happen to be here, I'll meet the baby.
All right, then that means you're playing against Topher's dad.
And denying us potato chips.
This is beat Gina, not win
You
Carrie and Bill's
only
food.
did that.
Hi, Topher's dad.
Hello. So you guys probably don't remember, but 10 months ago I texted in that he was being induced and listening to you guys on the radio.
Oh,
I do
okay.
remember that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Topher's dad, I'm not going to
Don't
call
worry,
you.
he's a happy, healthy, friendly baby.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
good.
good. That's good.
I'm just going to spit up on you, Gina. I know.
10 months. He's not spitting up on
Topher's
anyone.
dad, it behooves you to go first in this game. So heads or tails? Coin toss.
Heads.
It is heads. You will go first. All right. It is Baby Boomer trivia because today is hallmarked as Baby Boomer Appreciation Day.
I don't appreciate baby.
All right, so multiple choice, Topher's dad. If you get the question wrong, the first question goes to you. If you get it wrong, Gina gets a chance to steal your point and vice versa. Okay, first 1 to 3 wins. Ready? Here we go. What was the first album the Beatles released in the United Kingdom? First album for the Beatles in the United Kingdom. Is it A, Help, B, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, C, Please Please Me, or D, Abbey Road?
I'm going to say D.
Abbey Road is incorrect. Gina.
Gina has a chance to steal.
C?
Please Please Me?
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
1-0 for Gina. Gina controls the question.
All right, Gina?
Yeah.
Let's see. What country seized the U.S. spy ship Pueblo? The USS Pueblo was a spy ship. What country seized that ship?
Okay.
Commanded by Lloyd Booker.
Yes. Was it A, North Vietnam, B, South Vietnam, C, Russia, or D, North Korea?
The USS Pueblo.
You just like saying Pueblo.
Remember the Pueblo.
I just like talking that way.
North Vietnam.
North Vietnam, incorrect. Topher's dad?
Chance to steal and tie the game.
I'll say North Korea.
Very good. All right. Topher's dad?
He controls the question.
Finish this sentence. Kooky, kooky, lend me your blank. Is it A, dollar, B, tire iron, C, comb, or D, sugar?
I'll say C, sugar.
D, sugar, you mean? Sugar?
Or D, sugar, sorry.
That is incorrect. Gina.
Could you read them again, please?
Kooky, kooky, lend me your blank. Is it A, dollar, B, tire iron, C, comb?
comb.
That is correct.
I know all of these.
Well, you're a baby boomer.
That's from the show 77 Sunset Strip. The character Ed Burns, the actor Ed Burns, played Kooky.
But there was a song called Kooky Kooky Lend Me Your Comb.
He was the parking attendant, and he always took the comb out of his pocket. And went,
I was looking for something that rhymed with kooky.
Yeah.
No. Gina controls the question.
And she has a chance to win the game.
All
with
right.
This one.
Which of these television shows premiered in the 60s?
Okay.
Is it A, Lassie, B, Scooby-Doo, C, The Muppet Show, or D, Sesame Street?
Well, on November 10th, 1969, the day I was born.
That's why you know that, huh?
Sesame Street.
Yeah.
I forgot that, and I wouldn't have given you that question if I'd have remembered that.
Topher's dad, that was not a
That
fair
was not fair.
question.
I completely.
That's all right. That's how it goes.
Should we get? Then now he's not going to be able to go to that concert.
Well, I feel bad because that wasn't a fair
I
question.
completely forgot that you were born that day.
Topher's dad, if you can get a babysitter for Topher, so you can
Actually, we're gonna take him because when he was 3 months old, the only thing that I could play to get him to stop crying was "True" by Spandau Ballet.
How perfect.
Well,
is
that's it. That
this?
is perfect.
Well, then take him.
There we go.
Come and get your tickets.
All right, hang on, and we'll.
Thank you.
We'll get your information. I shouldn't have given you that question.
Carrie, that was.
Okay, here's one.
Got a couple of others.
Which entertainer did not die in a plane crash in the 60s?
Okay.
Did not die in a plane crash in the 60s.
Okay.
Is it A, Otis Redding, B, Patsy Cline, C, Rocky Marciano, or D, Buddy Holly?
Rocky Marciano?
Incorrect. Buddy Holly was in the 50s.
Oh.
All right, so kind of a trick.
Did Patsy Cline die in a plane crash?
Did you not see Coal Miner's Daughter?
No.
Loretta Lynn was devastated.
Never had an interest.
Devastated.
Never had an interest in Loretta Lynn or Patsy Cline. So no, I didn't
You
go
like
see.
Sissy Spacek?
I do.
Well,
but
then you
I
should have seen Coal Miner's Daughter.
No, I had no desire.
All right. Do you have boners there, Handy?
Yes, I do. Here are the boner candidates coming up in just a couple of minutes. And come on, we saw the cash only sign.
Oh yeah.
Boner candidate number 2. I know John Smith is a DJ at a bunch of weddings. And boner candidate number 3, God, people are awful.
Those candidates in Big Boy News coming up.
Crash northbound I-15 at 13th South in Salt Lake. The right lane is closed there. Crash SR 210 milepost 7. There's a crash there. Crash eastbound 78 South Mountain View corridor. Right lane is closed there. Crash southbound I-15 27th South in Salt Lake. Going to check our message stream quickly. Lots of slowage Lake Point leaving the valley, somebody says. They sent that into 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. We will take a break, and we will have your boners and news coming up after these. Boner round 1.
Can we just take a break and go home and go to bed?
I would like that. Mattressfirm.com.
I have been so comfortable in that adjustable base bed lately.
I love it.
I have there are 4 different settings I can do on. I got this at Mattress Firm. So you can get an adjustable base and then put there are different mattresses you can put on it. But I have 4 different settings. So just depending on my comfort, how I want, will arrange it in different ways.
Mm-hmm. But you don't have to get an adjustable base. They have just regular
Yes, you do.
straight ahead. I just got a straight ahead flat mattress.
Well, I'm sorry, Mattress Firm is now offering only adjustable.
No, that's not.
Listen, they're having a pre-Labor Day sale, kind of a little sneak peek of it. You can get Hampton and Rhodes mattresses at Mattress Firm starting for just $99.99.
I know.
Don't tell me you can't afford a new mattress.
Or Serta memory foam queen mattresses for $399.99, and then of course you can go on up in price. They have such a huge variety that you can spend a lot for a mattress there if you choose. Mattress Firm, they're sleep specialists. They want you to sleep happy. You can find a store near you because they're everywhere. Just go to mattressfirm.com.
Brand.
come up with right before we turn on the microphones. Listen weekday mornings on X96.
All right, 7:22. Time now for round one of the boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote who of these 3 candidates is the worst and therefore most worthy to move forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. 2 candidates now, then a third after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky boner voters will receive a can't buy it, gotta win it Radio from Hell boner t-shirt, courtesy of
Excel Automotive Repair, Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Boner candidate number 1. And come on. We saw the cash-only sign. Ann Coulter.
Oh, I don't even care what the story is. I'll vote for
Sarcastically blasted the poor liberal foundlings of East Hampton to page 6 after being accused by attendees at the East Hampton Library Authors Night of pocketing money meant to go to the library by selling her own DVDs for cash. The right-wing pundit had a booth at the benefit along with attendees such as Alec Baldwin and Jessica Seinfeld to promote her book, In Trump We Trust, E Pluribus Awesome. Authors sold their books with all proceeds going to the library.
Okay.
It's a fundraiser. But a spy noticed that Coulter had made a handwritten sign and was selling her DVDs alongside the book for cash only. And the sign says, for cash only. And they're right there by the DVDs. I think we have a picture of it, yeah. There's Ann Coulter, so there she is.
That wasn't going to the library?
For cash only, went into her pocket. The source said the DVDs were going for $25 when an organizer approached and removed the sign. Coulter threw a fit and said, well, it doesn't matter anyway, I just sold all of them. A library rep said, if she was doing that, we weren't aware of it. If someone saw this, we apologize. She might have not been aware of the standard operating procedure. When asked if the library received money from the DVD sales, event co-chair Sheila Rogers said no. Ann Coulter initially said, this isn't true. She's talking to the page 6, the gossip.
You made it up.
This is not true. You need better sources in the outpost of the resistance. Liberals are calling in nonsense, she said.
But there's a picture.
But then page 6 said, we have a picture of your handwritten sign reading cash only. Coulter said, well, the 80 books that were donated for the book fair were signed and sold, and all of the proceeds were donated. The idea... Anyway, it's absurd, she said.
If you're going to do that, you go and you do the fundraiser. You don't try to make little money on the side.
Boner candidate number 1, and we saw the cash-only sign. Boner candidate number 2. Let's see. I know John Smith DJs a bunch of weddings. Police say that a DJ at a couple's wedding reception made off with $600 in gifted money to the couple. State troopers arrested. Oh, it wasn't him. It was Edward Kendrick McCarthy.
Oh, that's not his DJ name. He's got to have a different DJ name.
Maybe his DJ name is Edward Kendrick McCarthy.
I don't think so.
They arrested him on theft charges, accused of stealing cards from a box meant for the bride and groom. Ashley Karasek tells the Tribune Review that Mr. McCarthy, or John Smith, had the box for most of the evening on her July 29 wedding. She saw a guest passing him cards, so he was kind of in charge of collecting all of that, and there was money in a lot of the cards. Mr. McCarthy did confess to stealing the cards from the wedding because, well, he's having hard times, financial hard times.
He's having hard. Yeah. And they didn't pay me enough to be the DJ.
$600 stolen from the wedding. Let's see, now I know John Smith DJs a bunch of weddings. We'll have to ask him about that kind of thing. Huh? Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Oh, God, people are awful.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 after this here big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
The Ruin and Sugar House, a modern bar open daily from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. featuring weekly bingo, DJs, and live music. Located on Wilmington Avenue, Ruin work is the curse of the drinking class.
Sometime later on today, and it's not really part of the news, but we will have Bill's Beauty Buzz. I'll be talking about mascara that doesn't run. That's a very important topic.
I'm glad you've started doing this.
Bill's is what BBB we call it. Bill's Beauty Buzz. But Gina, this story for you to gross you out and everybody else out.
Okay.
If you go to x96.com/live, I believe you will see a photo here any moment of a sewer technician in London holding what's known as a fatberg. Someone might pour, let's say, molten turkey fat down a drain. Not supposed to do that, but people do. And then a few blocks away, somebody else might flush a wet wipe down the toilet. And then when the two meet in the dank sewer, a baby fatberg is born. Eventually, more fat and oil and grease congeal onto the mess and build up into giant, stinking globs. And when they get big enough, fatbergs can clog sewers entirely, sending raw sewage gushing into the streets.
There it is.
By the time a 15-ton monstrosity was pulled from the sewers of London in 2013, many of the neighborhood's toilets had backed up. It was a 15-ton fatberg. Fatbergs are a sewer scourge. And both the nasty blobs and the fights against them have been growing. London, Belfast, Denver, Melbourne, just a few of the world metropolises that have discovered large fatbergs in recent years. But the one in London was the size of a bus.
You know, Carrie and I years ago played a married couple in a commercial where we said not to put like oils and fats down the garbage disposal.
I don't remember that.
You don't Carrie, it was one of our finest moments.
It's not true, Carrie. You didn't do it. It was somebody else.
Maybe it was.
Gina just thinks it was.
It
you.
ran on other stations even.
Did it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We were married and argued. You were the dumb husband who was pouring stuff
I
down
don't know.
I shouldn't be pouring fat down the toilet.
Well, somebody should have told me.
Honey, I got to get rid of this chicken grease.
I believe you don't remember that.
Gosh.
It's in my sizzle reel.
So-
and
Is
you-
Well, bring it. I want to hear this.
I'm sorry, in your what?
my sizzle reel.
It's probably the only thing in there then.
It is my.
A member of the Utah National Guard was killed and at least 11 other people injured yesterday. It's become so rare, we don't hear about. I mean, this is the first time this has been in the news. Somebody from Utah getting killed in Afghanistan. It was during a mission battling Islamic State loyalists in eastern Afghanistan. There were an unspecified number of Utah Guard members working alongside members of the Afghan army on a ground fighting mission fighting the Islamic State affiliate in the region. Wounded personnel evacuated, but one person was killed. And they haven't released any of the names, at least as of this writing. They still have to contact family members. There was a man arrested in a groping incident at a local hotel, and the way this was written, a Salt Lake City man has been arrested for allegedly groping a teenage girl at a bed and breakfast. Andy Liu booked into the Salt Lake County Jail for unlawful sexual conduct with a 16-year-old. It was at the Anniversary Inn.
Oh.
Terrible place to do something like that. The South Carolina. We got the eclipse, of course,
on Monday.
And Monday we'll be doing our show from the Clark Planetarium. Who, by the way, the Clark Planetarium has apparently been overrun with people looking to buy eclipse glasses. We'll be there on Monday doing our show from 6 to 10, and then we'll go out onto the plaza at the Gateway there and watch the eclipse. And they will have some of those glasses, I believe, to give away while we're
limited number
doing our show at the Clark Planetarium. But the frenzy over the great American eclipse that graces the sky over the U.S. and sweeping the country, and millions of people are traveling to see a total eclipse. Here in Utah, it'll be 91% of totality.
Yeah, you don't need to go out of town. We just see pretty much all of it here.
It's actually, they say the total eclipse is way different even than 91%. I mean, it's just.
But there are so many people going out of town. They're saying traffic between here and Idaho and Wyoming is going to be. They're saying 50,000 people are going to be driving.
Yeah, it's going to be. There will be traffic jams from probably Brigham City up into Idaho. Now, but we're not.
So I'm saying don't bother doing that. Come to our thing on Monday. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, come to the Gateway on Monday, but don't go to South Carolina. The Emergency Management Division in South Carolina, and I think there's totality there as well because it passes in a big arc. They're warning that there might be possible lizard man sightings during the eclipse. Lizard man sightings. There's a picture. The South Carolina Emergency Management Division even put out a picture of the lizard man. The agency
x96.com/live. That's the lizard man.
That's the lizard man that they're afraid is going to come out of the woods.
That's a guy in a costume.
Yeah, the agency sent out a tongue-in-cheek post on social media on Wednesday, warning about possible paranormal activity during the eclipse. They sent out a map of possible lizard man sighting areas.
Yay!
And apparently, their lizard man is like he's a thing in South Carolina. He's kind of like their Bigfoot. They talk about him a lot.
Somebody dress up like that and run around in the dark.
Donald Trump. So his two big business councils that he was so proud of, when he held his press conference on Tuesday and went off the rails when Donald Trump did, people on these business councils, and these are CEOs of big corporations, they started resigning from these business councils.
We don't want to be part of this.
And so
that's okay. I have hundreds of people clamoring to be on them.
Well,
not a problem.
So executives began resigning from the American Manufacturing Council, and let's see what the other one's called. I can't remember. But anyway, they started resigning, and the American Manufacturing Council said, we're going to just disband, but they didn't get the chance. Because Donald Trump knew they were going to disband, he dissolved them. I don't need them anyway. Yeah. I don't need them.
Even though I have hundreds of people lined up to take the places, I don't need this.
Yeah. Wrong. Big business and corporations are jumping off the Trump ship as quickly as they can at this point. Donald Trump's approval ratings are lower than ever. They have sunk to the lowest point yet. Since he took office, just 35% of Americans approve of Donald Trump's performance in office to this point.
I look at that the opposite way. There are 35% of the population that are okay with him still?
Well, it may be these people. Apparently, a lot of people are injuring themselves when they try to trim their pubic hair at home. So maybe it's those people that still... If you do this, there's a big article about this on Jezebel. If you routinely take a pair of scissors or a razor to your pubic hair and hack away at it while watching TV or listening to a podcast.
Watching TV.
Well, yeah.
A study.
You don't.
Well, listening to a podcast, maybe?
No.
Listening to the Geek Show or the Let's Go Eat Show?
No, I'm very focused.
A study published in The Guardian recently revealed that over 1/4 of adults who say they groom their pubic hair have suffered from injuries while doing it, from cuts to burns to abrasions.
Go to a professional and have it done.
The study was originally published in JAMA Dermatology and was the result of an observation made by Benjamin Breyer, a urologist at the University of California, San Francisco. Mr. Breyer noticed that a large number of adults were coming into the emergency room with injuries to their undercarriage, and they had hurt themselves by trying to groom their pubic hair. Inspired and perhaps confused by how this was happening, he co-authored a study that revealed that an awful lot of us trimming the bushy area, with whatever's handy in the bathroom, are not being as careful as we should. And this is a whole study that was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association in the urology section. So
go to a professional.
Absolutely go to a professional. Or Carrie knows how to do it really well.
Carrie is a professional. I'm talking
him.
about Carrie.
Contact Carrie. I never. I'm just too afraid.
What professional can I go to? I mean, really?
Yeah. Well,
is there?
Yeah?
sure.
No.
What do they do? I see it on. I go to Wax Me Too to have my nose waxed, and I see they do a sack and
You don't.
the sack
Don't.
waxing, and they do.
I know, but you
And
don't
I've
need to say
I've
it.
asked about it, and Jules, who does my nose, said, "Oh yeah, I'll do it if you want." And I said, "But isn't it embarrassing?" She said, "Not for me." Probably because I do it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dylan.
Well, I was just going to come in, but Gina won't let me say it now.
What, sack and
They do the Kraken sack, Gina.
Yeah, the Kraken sack.
It's a very popular thing people have done.
It's on
They've
the-
named it and everything.
It's on the menu.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. It's
All
not
right.
just at Wax Me Too, but a lot of places call
Okay.
it that. I wouldn't dare. I just wouldn't dare.
Sounds like it would hurt.
I'm okay
I
doing
think
it
women
on
have been
my
doing for years. It's the same thing.
own. Weather traffic.
Not the sack part.
Nice day today.
Thank you.
91 for a high, partly cloudy. Summery. Traffic, we've got a crash. Let's see. Eastbound 78 South Redwood Road. The right lane is closed there. Crash southbound I-15 200 North. This is up in Davis County. Crash northbound I-15 13th South in Salt Lake. Right lane is closed. Thought I saw some stuff in our message stream. Let's see. Big wood structure on I-80 middle lane eastbound right before 215. What kind of big wood structure? Like a swing set? Like a clubhouse?
I don't know. Why don't you just start naming off stuff? Maybe you'll hit it.
They text that into 33986. Brought to you by Snowbird Season Passes. They're on sale now. Offer the most benefits of any pass in Utah. Experience the longest season, 2,500 acres of legendary terrain this winter. Learn more at snowbird.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. God, people are awful. I try not to do these stories, but here it is. A baby dolphin has died after tourists took it out of the water and posted for selfies with it on a packed beach. The female had become separated from its mother and was stranded in shallow water off a beach in southern Spain. The beachgoers took it out of its natural habitat, patted it, and began passing the animal around as they posed for photos. A local wildlife group brought the shocking incident to light on its Facebook page, posting photos of the tourists and the baby dolphin. A nonprofit group from Almeria, Equinac, said the tourists were obsessed with taking selfies. The group wrote, "Humans are the most irrational animal there is. Many people are unable to feel empathy for a living being which is frightened, starving, and without its mother and terrified."
And there are adults that, it's not even like kids that you could say, well, they didn't know what they were doing. Adults were doing this.
And this was, and there was a lifeguard on duty, and apparently the lifeguard on duty kind of just lost his or her nerve because there were hundreds of people rushing forward to get, and the lifeguard just couldn't do anything about it. Couldn't do anything about it. Boner candidate number 3. God, people are awful.
Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, and come on. We saw the cash only sign. Ann Coulter trying to make a little money on the side at a charity event. Boner candidate number 2. I know John Smith DJs a bunch of weddings. This is a story of a DJ who stole $600 from the married couple. He was DJing their wedding, and he stole all of this money from cards that were intended for the couple. And boner candidate number 3, God, people are awful.
Let's go. Round 1 of boner voting. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the most deserving to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Which one of these 3 is the worst? 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number. Put it in the message of your text, 33986. And send that to 33986. 877-602-9696 is the phone number. Call, use your voice, or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 1, August 17th. And you can vote that way. If you don't see the box, refresh. It'll appear. 300 seconds, Round 1. Let's go. Boner vote. All right, we're going to wrap things up with Ask a CG Artist here real quick. I'm going to put you on the spot. You say you had a friend who's worked on the Thor movie.
He is, by the way, John Patrick Rooney, who is a CG artist, works out of L.A., but here to visit family.
Yep.
And your friend did the animation of the Destroyer.
More so modeling and texturing, not
the animation.
The animation of it.
But he helped build the character. The Destroyer is
exactly.
like this
In
giant...
what movie
in
is it?
Thor.
Oh.
He's like this giant killer robot
Which is coming out this summer.
that destroys a town.
He also did, it's my roommate, and he did the hammer for Thor that you see at the end of Iron Man and this one as well.
Do you guys have girlfriends?
Sometimes.
Listen, with all the dough they're pulling down?
No, I asked because, they
Or
are
boyfriends.
Or boyfriends.
No,
I
no
don't,
boyfriends.
Listen,
they're on the computer
You
all
take a girl,
day.
you take a girl to Iron Man 2, and you say, wait till the end. And when that hammer shows up, you say, I did that. You're in.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying it sounds like they are chained to a computer a lot of the time.
I have to say, I've had one relationship go south because I was
work.
working.
That's all
kind
I'm
of insane
saying.
hours. It was a good Ogden girl too, living in L.A.
A good Ogden girl?
Good. I know.
There's no such thing.
In a good in a bad way.
Yeah,
right.
Bad in a good
Bad
way.
in a good way. That's Ogden.
Good Ogden girl. I know. Let's see. A quick software question from Nick. Let's see. Go ahead, Nick.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah.
Maya, I guess, is the standard. How does 3D Max compare?
3D Max is a standard for a lot of things, a lot of car commercials and things like that, and video games use 3D Max, but more and more Maya is becoming more of a standard. I hate modeling in 3D Max. It drives me nuts.
Now, you were saying that if I were just to buy the Maya program, it was how much again?
I'm not sure, but it's like over 1,000.
Over 1,000?
Almost
1,000.
4,000.
Yeah.
Almost what?
4,000.
Almost 4,000.
Well, 3,999.
That's almost
Close, yeah.
Almost.
It sounds to me like if this is what you're gonna do, it might be worth it to invest in that.
Yeah.
All right.
You can use those programs if you go to a school. They have them available.
This is true. And I know even up at the U, they have those programs available, and it's all part of your fees. So.
Here's a question without getting too political. How is your health insurance as an independent contractor?
It's a bottle of Advil.
Somebody wants to know, where's my holodeck?
Yeah, that was
We're
my
gonna
next
have the
question.
holodeck.
Where's my damn holodeck?
Yeah, I'm working on it, so
all right.
Any requests?
And here's the final question, which I think is the best one. This is, do you have to be good at math?
No, you don't.
perfect.
But sometimes I've used some trigonometry and like
don't you need
scripts
that
and
for,
things like
for
that.
architecture? Don't you need that, I mean?
Sort of.
Trigonometry.
If people want to see some of the stuff, is there a place that people can go? Do you have a website where they can see your demo?
I have my demo reel on Vimeo, but it's just you can go ahead and email me at johnpatrickrooney@gmail.com, and I will send you an email with some info.
John Patrick Rooney, Irish?
Yes.
Oh.
Irish question mark?
John Patrick Rooney at gmail.com.
St. Patrick's Day Parade Saturday,
All right, I'll stop by.
All right.
X96.
All right, it's time to award round one of the boner voting.
And round one is brought to you in part by some leftover cashew chicken.
And get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Number one was Ann. Come on, we saw the cash only sign. Ann Coulter trying to make a little cash on the side while she was. The idea was selling books at a library for a fundraiser for the library. All the proceeds supposed to go to the library. So, I mean, I guess she sold 80 books or something like that, and she did give that. But she was making a little money on the side with by selling DVDs for $25 cash. Boner candidate number two. Yeah, I know John Smith is a DJ at a bunch of weddings. I was initially suspicious when I saw the headline, Couple's Wedding DJ Stole $600 from gift card box. But it turns out it wasn't John Smith. It was some other scummy
He's not scummy.
Wedding DJ. And thanks for pointing that out, Gina. Thank you, Gina, because everybody will really think that I think he's scummy.
Someone will say Bill was saying you were scummy.
I'll tell him it to his face. And then boner candidate number three, God, people are awful. Selfie-obsessed, a Spanish tourist killing a baby dolphin. Aiden won the boner T-shirt, and overwhelming number of votes for boner candidate number three. God, people are awful. The baby dolphin.
Figured as much.
Yeah.
All right, that one moves forward to Boner Fight, and possibly will become Boner of the Day. That'll happen at Boner of the Day at 9:25. We'll take the winner of round two, which happens at 8:20 next hour.
He's a wedding DJ. How can he not be scummy?
Is this sponsored, Gina?
No.
Okay.
Well, anyway, he's here. Sponsored or not, Sean Means, the fine film critic for the Salt Lake Tribune. You can read Sean's reviews every Thursday online in the afternoon at sltrib.com, and then in the paper on Friday. Movie reviews galore. We've got a bunch of them. Start with the artsies today, as we do always.
Yep, this is a good week.
Yeah, looks like it.
We will start with Step. This was at Sundance. It won a special jury prize for inspirational vision or something. Inspirational storytelling. Pardon me. This is a documentary. This is a true story. And you see the ads where they say a real life story. They don't say documentary. They don't want to scare people off.
Oh, documentary.
Yeah, exactly. About a charter school in Baltimore, the Baltimore Leadership School for Young Women. And the idea here is they started a few years ago with a bunch of sixth grade girls, and the movie shows them in their senior year, getting ready to graduate, and it shows the work that's done at this school. It's inner city Baltimore, and so it's kids who have had a hard life. And it also shows one of the extracurricular activities, which is sort of a pride of the school and a driving force, which is the STEP team.
What is a STEP team?
STEP team is sort of like a drill team. It's rhythm and dance and clapping and so on.
Do they do it at sporting events?
They do. They have competitions.
Yeah, they're their own sporting event.
They are the sporting event. They have competitions all over. And they go all around Maryland and Virginia and compete in this. And so it's about the team and about the girls and about the school and how one helps the other and how one helps inspire the other.
It's inspirational.
It is highly inspirational. It is you will fall in love with these kids, and the adults who staff the school who give their all to make sure that these girls get a chance to go to college and do all the stuff that their parents couldn't.
How many stars for STEP?
3.5.
And that's at the Broadway?
That is at the Broadway and probably a couple other places.
You know, when we're starting out at 3.5, that's a good week for movies.
It's a good week.
So what's Wind River then?
Wind River. This also was at Sundance. It also was filmed around Park City. This is the directorial debut of Taylor Sheridan. It's his third screenplay, and his first two were Sicario and Hell or High Water.
Oh.
So he's knocking them out of the park here.
Hell or High Water is a great movie.
Wasn't it though? And all three of these movies, what they have in common is they're about a place and they're about institutional process. In this case, we have a murder investigation on an Indian reservation in Wyoming. Young woman ran 6 miles in the snow and died to run away from something that was after her. And because it's on the Indian reservation, they call in the FBI, and so this young, very green FBI agent, played by Elizabeth Olsen, comes in to investigate. And she knows forensics, she knows the law, she knows crime fighting. She doesn't know this area, and so she needs help. And so she gets the Fish and Wildlife hunter, the guy who takes out bears and stuff, who is local, played by Jeremy Renner. And the two of them have to team up to figure out how this girl got murdered and how it ties into both the reservation and the nearby oil fracking site.
Now
the workers there.
I see Gil Birmingham is in this.
Gil Birmingham, who played Jeff Bridges' partner in Hell or High Water,
and was so good. I mean, he was astonishing, and he's a Native American actor.
Yes, he also plays Jane Krakowski's father on Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he was dead in Twilight.
And he was the dad in Twilight.
Oh, all right, we don't care.
So, great actor, great Native American actor. Not to limit him that way, but he's in here as well. And the movie, like I said, Taylor Sheridan is really good about place, and he really gets into all the issues regarding life on the Indian reservation and the problems with drugs and alcohol and poverty and so on. But also, it's this great sort of tight thriller about these two characters, about this veteran tracker and this rookie FBI agent having to come together and to solve this case.
I'm going to go see this.
It is really great, and because Wyoming is too darn far away to get movie crews, they filmed it around Park City.
Okay, so it's 4 stars for that.
4 stars.
And is it at the Broadway or a wide release?
It'll be at the Broadway, and it might be at a couple other spots.
All right. Okay.
All right, so there's the artsies. We'll get to the fartsies. Hitman's Bodyguard, Logan Lucky, and Brigsby Bear. After these, stand by for that.
Traffic, we've got a crash northbound I-15 at 2100 North. This is in Lehigh. Left lanes are closed there. Crash eastbound 78 South Redwood Road. Right lane closed there. Crash southbound I-15 at 200 North in Davis County. Crash northbound I-15 1300 South in Salt Lake. Right lane closed. I'm going to check our message stream quickly, see if anybody sent anything in recently. Nope, that's traffic.
I think somebody should make a documentary about the best diamond store in the world.
No.
No?
No.
No?
You should just go to Diamonds Direct.
That's what I mean. Diamonds Direct. They should.
Don't wait for them to make a documentary.
No, but somebody should make a documentary about them.
Just go there. It's a beautiful showroom they have.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, we're early, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Trying to figure out what you're both doing.
Well, I was following him.
Well, I looked at the paper wrong. But we could talk about it anyway, can't we?
No, we can't.
No, we can't?
No,
well, we like you,
specifically
Diamonds
for that.
Direct.
All right, coming up. We'll finish the fartsies. Stand by. KXRK Provo.
X96 and Larry H. Miller Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Sandy.
It's not a big deal, but I guarantee you, Gina, if today were the day you were going to court at 8:15, you would not have come to work.
It's true.
You wouldn't have come to work.
That's true.
I would too.
No,
I don't
wouldn't
think
have.
you would have.
You would have said, I got court. And we'd say, when? And you'd go, I don't know. And that'd be it,
I'm not sure.
You wouldn't come in.
Court sometime.
I got court sometime. I don't know.
On another topic, a totally different topic. Yesterday, we went to lunch at the Lone Star Steakhouse in Sugar House with the staff, and Gina was there with her baby, and I was the little Jonesy, who's almost a year old and just as cute as anything, and I was the only person at the table who made the baby cry.
Well, she's my daughter.
She knows you make me cry.
Everybody else is going and doobie playing with the baby and
Again,
being cute
Gina,
with the baby.
that doesn't work because I didn't make her cry.
That's true.
And I've made you cry.
That's true.
On the radio.
I went and sat down by the baby to, just kind of bonding. Hi, it's your Uncle Bill. Cried.
Even Artie Fufkin didn't make her cry.
No, I thought for sure Artie was going to make her cry.
Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
He did
Hello,
that for like
baby.
10 minutes.
And kept waving his hand.
He said, "Don't eat trans fats or you'll end up looking like me."
Even Artie didn't make the baby cry.
Artie could have picked the baby up and placed the baby in his mouth, and the baby wouldn't have cried. The whole head, and the baby wouldn't have cried.
I think it's your facial hair. Might make you look scary.
Hmm.
I'm just guessing.
Was I the only one there with facial hair?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Heather. Just kidding, Heather.
She hasn't experienced a lot of facial hair. Maybe.
I don't know.
And then I brought her over to you later. Like, it's safe with mommy holding you kind of thing. And I gave Bill a hug. See, he's nice.
She didn't cry then, but she was barely holding it.
She had the face.
Barely holding it together.
She had the
You could see
face.
she was just like any second she was just going to.
It was the face.
We were there for 2 hours, and she was good the whole time we were there. I didn't have to get up and walk around with her once.
Are you surprised?
No, but...
Are you bragging?
Yes.
Okay. So she's like that all the time. You're just bragging.
Yes.
Yeah. And she didn't do that once, does she usually? Well, no. Well, wow.
She ate all kinds of things for lunch I didn't eat. She had tomatoes. She ate the tomatoes off my salad and my onions.
Did not.
And then, she ate all
She
my
ate-
onions, and then I picked onions.
She really ate
oh,
onions?
yeah. Loves onions. And I said, Carrie, you gonna eat that onion?
Here.
But she doesn't have teeth.
She has 4.
That onion even had blue cheese dressing on it,
Yeah.
Gina, which is something
That's
else
what
that you
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
eat.
Well, now that says a lot to me, and because when I sat down by the baby, and maybe this is why she cried. I went, "Hi, honey. God, your breath stinks." That's why she cried. That's why she cried.
As dawn comes out of the east and spreads down the quiet streets.
Radio from Hell. Harry, Bill, and Gina in the morning, and alternative music all day. X96.
Movie reviews with Sean Means, brought to you by Dr. Volt's Comic Connection. This month, check out the 10-issue miniseries, The Generations. Classic versions of many Marvel heroes team up with their current counterparts in the mysterious continuity-free environment known as the Vanishing Point. That means something to lots of people, I'm sure.
All right. We're back with Sean Means reviewing movies. Now we turn to the commercial movies, the ones that are out there to make big box, the fartsies.
Yep. We will start with Hitman's Bodyguard. This is an action buddy cop movie, and everything that entails. It's the we ain't partners, we ain't friends kind of thing.
Yeah.
You have a executive protection agent, a private security firm guy played by Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
And you have a professional assassin played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Perfect casting so
far.
far.
Using his favorite 12-letter word at every interval.
Oh, okay. So it's Deadpool and Nick Fury.
It's Deadpool and Nick Fury.
Mighty Marvel team up.
And they are the assassin is being brought to testify against a dictator played by Gary Oldman at The Hague.
Commissioner Gordon.
Okay.
I'm glad you can translate these for me.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I've got the woman from or the Elektra in here too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Interpol agent who is Ryan Reynolds' ex-girlfriend is Elodie Young.
Oh, Elektra.
Who's Elektra currently? Yes. So see one more for us.
Also, Santanico from the vampire movie. Salma Hayek's in it.
Salma Hayek is in there as
All
well.
right,
Yes.
sorry. Anyway, getting off.
So getting him to The Hague without him getting killed or them killing each other. A lot of big action here. A lot of back and forth banter. If you overlook the fact that Samuel Jackson is 68 and probably too old for this stuff. Although who the hell?
Well, maybe
Does
he's
he say that?
getting too old for this stuff.
Who's going to tell him is sort of the thing. It's sort of like the Chuck Norris jokes, sort of thing. And the fact and that Ryan Reynolds is actually the straight man in this pairing.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because
I guess that works.
and
Yeah.
it does because good comics make great straight men.
That's true.
Okay. And so and it is every cliche in the book, but the two of them make it at least enjoyable and entertaining.
Okay.
So 3 stars.
3 stars for the Hitman's Bodyguard. Now, which one do you want to do first?
Let's do Logan Lucky.
Okay. Now I've been hearing about this movie, and
Right.
I saw the trailer.
I think it looks funny.
Somebody told me about it, and I went, huh.
Yeah. Well, you remember that Steven Soderbergh announced a few years ago that he was retiring from movie directing. Yeah, you fell for that.
Sure.
Well, he's back. 4 years later, he's back. The 4 years
He
in
likes
which
Channing Tatum.
the 4 years in which he did like a TV series and the Liberace TV movie, so he wasn't actually retired. This is sort of Ocean's 11 Southern style. You have Channing Tatum as an out of work construction guy who, with his brother, who's a bartender who lost part of his arm in Iraq, played by Adam Driver. They hatch a heist to steal money from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
All right.
And there's events happening all the time at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, so they pick a nice quiet weekend where they can go in, get just enough money and not have a problem. Well, then there's a change in the schedule and they have to go the week earlier, which turns out to be the week of the Coca-Cola 600.
Oh,
which is
that's
like
not good.
the biggest event in their calendar. So, and they need a demolitions expert, and the one they know, unfortunately, is incarcerated.
Oh man,
they got a spring in there,
and played by Daniel Craig, or as the credits say, introducing Daniel Craig.
Introducing,
which, to be fair, Soderbergh did that to Julia Roberts in Ocean's 11 as well. So, and you also got Riley Keough as Channing and Driver's
Elvis's
sister.
granddaughter.
Elvis's granddaughter. A very, very good young actress who you've seen before. She was in Mad Max, actually, in Fury Road. And you have Dwight Yoakam as the prison warden.
He just is always icky to me.
Yes.
Is he like he's got his bald head with the long hair?
Not the long hair, but certainly the bald sort of comb over.
I like it when he does the bald and then he has long hair.
Yep. Anyway, this is funny and sharp, and it's smart, and like the characters, it is smarter than it lets on.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hit the twist, when you hit the turn, it's like, oh, okay, this is really cool. So it's really funny and, like I said, really smart. 3.5.
3.5 for Logan Lucky. Brigsby Bear, Sundance movie.
Filmed here, right?
Sundance movie filmed in Salt Lake. Last year, if you looked on social media, you may have asked yourself, why is that guy from Saturday Night Live doing Pie and Beer Day at the beer bar? And that's what he was doing. Kyle Mooney from Saturday Night Live, he co-wrote and stars in this. He plays James, who's a 25-year-old who his entire life involves watching his favorite show, Brigsby Bear, and writing about it on the internet.
Like a kid show.
Like a kid show that he's grown up with and he's examined and parsed out and everything. He finds out through various things that I don't want to give away. He finds out he's the only person in the world who's ever watched this show because it was made entirely for him.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's Truman Show.
It's sort of Truman Show and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and a few other things mixed in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's as much of a hint as I'll give as far as what happens to him. But he has to suddenly deal with normal life, and it's big and scary and confusing. And so he figures out the one way he can sort of process this is to go back to what he knows, which is Brigsby Bear, and to try to finish the saga. And he decides he's going to make a Brigsby Bear movie to sort of finish what the story was, and also to introduce his new friends and family to Brigsby.
Okay.
All right.
I know it's hard. It's hard to get into without explaining more than I want to.
You don't want to give it away.
To give it away, but it turns out to be very funny, very very smart, and also very sweet. It sort of gets into the notion of nostalgia versus comforting characters and using that as a springboard for creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Got a great cast: Greg Kinnear, Matt Walsh, Michaela Watkins, Claire Danes,
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is amazing in this, and I interviewed Kyle Mooney a while back, and he talked about how it was very much a geek moment to be on the set with Mark Hamill, and especially on a set in a city where Mark Hamill's face was appearing on every billboard in town.
It was it was
because it was ahead of Comic-Con last year.
That's right. That's happened while he was here. That's how we were able to get him.
Anyway, this is really funny. It's really a lovely movie. 3.5 stars. It's playing at the Broadway. It's playing at some other theaters in town, and they're doing a special thing at the Tower this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7 p.m. screening at the Tower, and that may be the best place to see it because they filmed some of it there.
Oh, fun!
Okay,
that's a weird sense. I was sitting in a theater one time, and there was a scene in the movie where it was in New York where it had been filmed, so we're sitting in the theater and the camera comes down to the Carnegie Theater and starts going to the front door, and we're all sitting in the Carnegie Theater going, well, this is weird.
This is exactly that, and it's even more fun when while they're in the theater scene, Kyle Mooney's character is in the bathroom, and you realize it is not the Tower bathroom because there's.
I know what the Tower bathroom.
There is no way.
Like.
Well, there's no way they could get a camera crew down there.
I want to know how you know what the bathroom at the Tower Theater, the men's bathroom, looks like, Gina.
No, the ladies' room is very similar.
Oh, it's.
How do you know?
How do you know, Sean? I want to know how you know that.
Is there pink wallpaper in the men's room?
You two.
3.5 for Brigsby Bear.
3.5 for Brigsby Bear.
All right.
That's adventurous. I had no idea.
Let's run these down. Step 3.5. Wind River 4 stars. 3 stars for the Hitman's Bodyguard. Logan Lucky 3.5. And Brigsby Bear 3.5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Next week.
So it's a good week this week.
It is a good week this week.
Next week?
Next week, not so much. We've got a few coming. Ingrid Goes West, another Sundance movie.
Aubrey Plaza.
With Aubrey Plaza.
I really like her.
Yep. And The Only Living Boy in New York.
Okay.
With Callum Turner and Jeff Bridges as the magical alcoholic.
Magical alcoholic.
So Kate Beckinsale is.
And Kate Beckinsale and Pierce Brosnan.
So it's a vampire movie of some sort.
Of sorts, yes.
All right.
And may I make a request?
It was certainly draining on me. I'll tell you that.
Sean Means, may I make a request?
Yes.
And maybe you've written about this already. But the movie app. That you pay a monthly fee to, and you can go to as many movies as you want.
Movie
for
Pass.
$9.99 a month.
Yes.
Have you written about that?
I have not.
Or? Well, can we talk about that
Well,
next
there's
week?
a lawsuit to stop it. So
yeah, so I'm
you know.
I'm curious about your thoughts on that. And
I'm curious about your thoughts on traffic.
I do have thoughts. Crash westbound 12th Street, 1300 West in Ogden. Crash northbound I-15 at the I-215 junction. Crash northbound I-15 2100 North in Lehigh. And let me check our message stream quickly to see if we have anything there. Nope. But if you see anything, text it to us 33986.
You know, I was so excited to talk about Diamonds Direct. I wanted to do it early, but we'll do it here, and we'll do it live. Diamonds Direct. They have this beautiful showroom. They're at 6400 South, right across from the Fashion Place Mall. So
Just
you go in
south
there,
of there, yeah.
just south of the Fashion Place Mall. So you go in there and you go, oh man, this is going to be an expensive place to buy diamonds. Nope. It is not at all, and they showed us a bunch of diamonds, and they talked about the prices of them.
They have a fabulous selection there. More diamonds there than you're going to see.
I've never seen that many loose diamonds in one place. It was like a scene from a movie.
You don't have to compromise. You can get the price you want, the value you want, and just incredible service at Diamonds Direct. Superior quality diamonds, and they will lay out a bunch of things for you so that you can make an educated choice about quality and price of the diamonds, and you can buy very, very, very expensive diamonds there, and then they have very reasonably priced diamonds, and if you they'll show you the differences,
and they'll teach you all about that stuff too. They love teaching people about that,
and then they don't pressure you to buy anything that you don't want to buy at Diamonds Direct. It's a great place, unparalleled service and unbeatable value. Go to Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, just south of the Fashion Place Mall.
You listen to us in the morning, but have you ever wanted to cook with us?
Well, now you can.
Do we still have popcorn in the building?
Yeah, why?
Because we should get rid of it all.
This might be the evidence that we have some. I'm eating it. God, you're a genius. You should be a detective.
Everybody knows you're eating it. Can we get rid of all the popcorn in the building so Bill doesn't eat it on the air anymore?
I'm attempting to get rid of it right now. I'm eating it.
But the fact that you have a small bowl of it tells me there's a bigger bag of it on your desk, and we'll be enjoying this
There
for
are
weeks to
3
come.
big bags of it on my desk.
You know,
and don't worry yourself about it. It's fine.
If you would hurry and eat it, then he wouldn't be able to.
So I need to take care of it.
You need to take some initiative.
She won't touch any of it.
I will.
No, this is Thai curry coconut. She
Yeah,
won't
no,
touch
I
it.
won't eat that one.
And then there's white cheddar pepper.
No, I
she
won't.
won't touch that. And then there's seaweed.
No,
she won't touch that either.
I like the rosemary truffle one.
It's gone.
Yeah, it was the first to go.
Because it's the best.
Because it's the best.
No, it's the only one you'll eat. Does not mean it's the best.
If it's gone, it's the best.
The Thai curry coconut is the best.
Is that what you have
It's good
there?
too.
Yeah.
So weeks and weeks we'll be enjoying.
No, I'm taking it home today.
Okay, good.
Don't worry about it. I'll take it home.
Okay, good.
And, you don't have to call attention to it.
No, I don't, because everybody can tell.
No,
And that's really why he wanted to get off the phone. He has a phobia about hearing people eating.
Oh, they couldn't tell.
They could.
No,
Yes,
they can't
yes, they
tell.
can.
You cannot tell. But I'm eating popcorn on the air right now.
No.
There's no way you can tell. I'm a professional and I know how to do it. I am a professional radio personality who knows.
I was going to say
Now,
half
if it was TV.
Half of that sentence is true.
If it was TV, you could tell because you'd see me doing
You
it.
think Dan Rascone has stories of news anchors eating?
I bet he doesn't.
Listen, I've seen Dan Rascone pick his teeth while doing a news story.
On a live shot?
Yeah. Standing there with a toothpick going, well, tonight's news.
Atropos tweets, I hope that someday I can win a prize and have Bill ask me questions with a mouthful of popcorn.
Listen, these are our friends. You know, you eat popcorn with friends. These are all our friends.
It just is going to make people hungry. That's what it does.
I am hungry now, actually. Talking about all
Well,
this.
the popcorn, there's
Thai curry.
on his desk.
Thai curry coconut.
Rise to meet a new day.
Radio from Hell is on X96.
All right, 8:22 right now. Time for round 2 of the boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote who is the worst, who is the most deserving of these 3 candidates to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random
voters will get to be a lucky random voter and say, I voted.
Doing the right thing.
You bet.
All right.
So boner candidate number 1. I'll warn you now. Pretty disgusting. I had to go. A woman in Melbourne, Australia, and it was caught on video. I don't believe we have the video. I hope if we do, don't show it. But there is a still picture. A woman has been caught defecating on a Melbourne bus to the disgust of her fellow passengers. The disturbing incident was recorded on a mobile phone by a passenger. People can be heard yelling, "No, no, oh my God, oh no!"
I think I can kind of see it.
It just looks like a bus.
Well, that's not the still that I have here. It's a picture of the woman, actually. And the groaning woman commits this act in the middle of the school bus. No. She can be seen pulling down her pants and then relieving herself on the seat. The woman, who was wearing a gray beanie, a black hoodie, and purple pants, is heard mumbling inaudibly on the footage after she finishes making her mess. She then tells fellow passengers, "I couldn't help it.
I couldn't help it.
I'm going to have to go home and try to explain to my child why she can use the toilet and a grown woman can't," said one of the passengers. I don't care about your child, the woman who did it reported.
Okay.
I had to
Clearly.
go.
All right.
I had to go. Boner candidate number 1.
No other option.
And then she got off the bus, and they're all sitting there going, "Oh my." Here's boner candidate number 2. Also, I warn you, it's another really. The fence was asking for it. A judge last week has ordered the arrest of Elidoro Estala after he failed to appear for a court hearing in his indecent exposure case. Mr. Estala was arrested in March on a misdemeanor count after a neighbor said she saw him having sex with a fence.
Like a
the fence, it's a chain link fence.
I was going to say, either that or there's
it's a sense.
Knot hole.
Your mind just goes, doesn't it?
I'm just trying to make sense.
And then you're critical of me.
I'm just trying to make sense of.
Mr. Estrella, she said, it's a fence that separated their homes. Mr. Estrella disrobed when he realized that Diana Vasquez was recording him with her cell phone. And he urinated on the fence, and then he put his mouth inside the chain link fence and stuck his tongue through one of the chain links and kind of, And then, yes.
Wait, there's more?
Yes, he did.
All right.
He had sex with he simulated copulation, the naked man did, with the chain link fence. Boner candidate number 2, the fence was asking for it. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, the master race, huh?
All right, boner candidate number 3 after this here big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
Oh, man. I wish I was in New York. A big, bold, flavorful culinary concept coming to life in the Tribeca neighborhood of Manhattan. Maybe Paulette can go check this out for us.
What?
The grilled cheese sandwiches are buttered up. The tables are all set for a 3-day only, pop-up restaurant inspired by Cheetos.
Okay.
What? What do you mean? I love Cheetos.
Well, yeah.
The playing and creating of this menu was created by Food Network's Anne Burrell, who's kind of like the female Guy Fieri as far as she kind of looks like him with the white spiky hair.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah. So here's a look at the menu of the
All right.
Cheetos pop-up restaurant.
Wow me.
Cheetos crusted fried pickles and creamy ranch dressing.
You kind of want that.
You bet.
You kind of do.
Cheetos grilled cheese and tomato soup. Cheetos meatballs. Well, I'm out for that. I'm not having that.
You can't do that.
Perfectly fried green tomatoes. I don't know what that is.
See, I had fried green tomatoes yesterday.
I think
you did?
I think they probably, kind of crust them with Cheetos.
So they crust them with Cheetos.
So this is all about crunching up Cheetos.
Yeah,
And
Cheetos mix up crusted chicken Milanese, spicy Cheetos nachos, flamin' hot limon chicken tacos, Cheetos Sweetos crusted cheesecake, Cheetos sweet and salty cookies, and white cheddar Cheetos and Cheetos Sweetos apple crepes.
Yeah, I'll try the fried pickles and the chicken.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's as far as
we
I'll
need
go.
a trip to New York for this.
The grilled cheese and tomato soup would probably be pretty
And
good.
it's a pop-up, so it's only going to be
3
there.
days.
Yeah,
3
yeah,
days.
we better get going.
The rest of it I'm not interested in, just those two.
So Gina, I want you to take a look at this picture. I don't know about this. It
Okay.
says here Jason Momoa is a proud aquapapa on the set with his tattooed children.
Tattooed children?
Yeah, are these real tattoos on these kids?
I don't think so. No.
Look at them. We dare you to find a more badass-looking dad than Jason Momoa. He has his 2 adorable kids with wife Lisa Bonet. And he is a rugged combination
No,
of tattoos and
because-
giant muscles, it says here.
No, it's
What?
it's for the movie. His kid is playing younger him, so they've put tattoos.
So they put tattoos. Let me see.
Yeah,
His kids are named Nakoa Wolf and Lola.
yeah. That's not. He's playing young.
Nakoa Wolf is his boy. Lola, that's okay. That's
they're
Na-
not- they
Nakoa
don't have
Wolf.
tattoos.
Nakoa Wolf. It doesn't say that here. It just says his kids are tattooed.
What are you going to believe, that or
You. Yeah, that or you.
me?
I would believe anything over
You
you.
believe tattooed children over me saying, "Yeah, that's makeup." They're not.
Yeah, I would. The White House, Donald Trump's aides, nobody is saying anything publicly yet, and no one has resigned yet, but the staff is increasingly restive and worried, according to most people.
Why is anybody hesitate? I mean, Kerry played that John Kasich thing, and that's the perfect example.
It's
He's
very
strongly
simple.
Are you going to do anything about it? Well, he's the president.
Would you be surprised if at some point, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Donald Trump just takes the keys to the White House out of his pocket and hands them to Mike Pence and says, "That's it, I'm out of here."
Do you know what I think? He will never go back to the White House because he's on vacation.
He's been at
in
Trump Tower
Trump
now.
Tower, and he's in New Jersey. I bet
Now,
he never goes back.
I read this morning that the guy who wrote the autobiography of him, who
Art of the Deal, that guy?
who called him crazy and everything, he predicts that Trump will resign.
Yeah,
He won't wait. It'll be. Do you know what? It'll be just like the thing
So now
yesterday. Before he has a chance to be fired, he will quit.
It's not going to happen then.
He'll get ahead of it.
It's not
Gina
going to happen.
is saying it, and it's not going to happen.
Well, there's that, but it's not going to happen until the Republicans decide to do something, and they're not willing to do that. We're going to have to wait till the next midterm election to get some more Democrats in there to do something.
I don't think they'll have to. I think that they may not have to do anything, and
The Mueller investigation.
The Mueller investigation, or he'll just quit anyway. I can't get anything done.
You're probably right. The Mueller investigation will uncover money laundering and things like that, and then he'll quit because I can't get anything done.
The fate of Utah's Medicaid expansion plan, extending coverage to about 6,000 of the state's neediest childless adults. You know, the plan that has been kicked around and they've never gotten it done. They have submitted it to the Trump administration.
Okay.
Utah officials submitted the plan, which would cover childless adults who are chronically homeless or in need of mental health or drug addiction treatment. They hope it gets approved in time to begin enrolling people by January 1st. This is Utah's second attempt to expand health care coverage to this population after the Utah legislature last year passed and Governor Herbert signed a small-scale plan. That proposal still awaits federal approval more than 6 months past when state officials had hoped to begin enrolling individuals on January 1st. State officials opted to modify their Medicaid proposal, instead adding So here's what they've added to it. We'll get you some health care, but you've got to go to work.
What if I can't work?
Work requirements and other limits that had previously. So the Obama administration has said, no, you can't put these restrictions on it. You just need to give people health care.
Yeah.
And but the state insists that we have to have work requirements and other requirements. There has to be a lifetime limit on it and so forth and so on. Let's see. The National Park Service. I didn't know this, and I thought it was a good idea, but the National Park Service at many parks since 2011 have not sold bottled water at the parks
For trash reasons?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
They
it just
say-
makes sense.
They have refilling stations.
They say it is the number one litter problem in national parks like Zion and Grand Canyon. Number one litter problem. So they stopped selling bottled water at the direction of the Obama administration.
Yeah, it just makes
Stop
sense.
selling this bottled water. People have to bring refillable bottles and so forth.
It just makes sense, right?
Well, of course, the Trump administration has rescinded that,
Why are you anti-business, Bill?
and they will begin. And then, how much time do we have?
You got plenty of time.
Oh, okay.
You got a good 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
So they're gonna continue. So now they will, I guess, start selling it again. And it's the private vendors. All the parks have concessionaires. So any food or any items that you buy at national parks, all of it is sold by concessionaires, and they want to sell it.
Of course they do, but you're also going to start seeing more empty water bottles strewn about Yellowstone and places like
Grand
that.
Canyon.
Yeah.
Can't they make more money selling the real water bottles, the refillable ones?
People will. People don't want. I mean, they will. I mean, they'll buy they'll buy more of the bottled water than that. The Love Loud Festival.
Yes.
Kicking off in Orem later this month. The LDS Church has released a statement about it, saying this is a great thing. We think it's a great thing that's going on here. It's going, of course, at the Brent Brown Ballpark at UVU. The festival has neon trees, Imagine Dragons, and will raise funds for several charities that benefit LGBTQ youth.
We're going to give some tickets away right after 9 o'clock.
Dan Reynolds, the singer for Imagine Dragons, and Lance Lowry, director of Love Loud, came to the Fox 13 News studio on Wednesday and talked about it. And they say we're really glad that the LDS Church did. I mean, we would have done it anyway, but it's nice that they have done that. And we're really trying to bring together the gay and straight communities in a united effort.
Yeah.
And then
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah. And then let me just read this. Demi Lovato blessed us with the bop Sorry Not Sorry earlier this summer. And since we've been dancing to it nonstop, we thought it would be a good idea to take a break and watch some professionals take over. And
Who's the we?
It's a website called Pop Sugar. And it's just an introduction to a video. Somebody has choreographed a dance to Sorry Not Sorry. But since we've been dancing to it nonstop, I know I have, haven't you?
I've been asking you when you're going to stop.
I know.
You just don't.
I know. It's really difficult. And then did you hear about the lady who lost her engagement ring while she was gardening?
I did hear this story.
September 2004. Mary Graham's 84-year-old woman in Canada lost her engagement ring while she was doing some yard work near her potato patch. I went to the garden for something. I saw this long weed. For some reason, I picked it up. And so she goes to the garden, and she pulls out a carrot, and growing through her engagement ring that had been missing for years, this carrot, and there was a ring around it. A wedding ring around it. Now the photo, now you say, well, she could just put the ring on the carrot and show. The photo you see, it shows that the carrot has kind of grown around the ring. And she's 84. She's not lying about this.
84-year-olds never lie about anything.
No. The ring completely.
They're trying to get into heaven. They got to be honest.
13 years after losing it, she lost the ring, and she couldn't tell her husband. She just was too afraid to tell her husband, so she bought a ring, a cheaper version that looked exactly like it, and he never noticed the difference.
That's just like a man.
Yeah. Your husband lost his wedding ring, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
We don't know. He took it off in the middle of the night and put it on the nightstand. We tore the room apart.
Was it a hotel?
No, at our house.
At your house?
House trolls.
Ghosts.
House trolls are got it. Yeah.
All right, weather, traffic, sports, whatever you want to do here.
Yeah, do a little bit of sports because this is very cool. So, punk rock icons Brandon Steinekert and Lars Fredriksson of Rancid, their teams are facing off at Rio Tinto Stadium Wednesday, August 23rd. So, Brandon Steinekert wrote the official team song, Believe. If you believe
in the sports and for a sports ball into the RSL.
Hey!
And Lars did the same thing for his San Jose Earthquakes. Never say die, and I don't know how it goes.
Earthquakes and the San Jose.
Hey!
Anyway, they're going to be there at the game next week. And you can win some tickets. So here's what you need to do. Text BELIEVE to 33986, BELIEVE, and you could win tickets to that game, or just plan on going because that'll be a fun game.
It would be a good game.
The weather is nice. It'll be summery, 91 for a high. Brought to you by Snowbird's annual Oktoberfest. Enjoy classic German beer, food, and music every Saturday and Sunday, including Labor Day through October 15th. Get all the details at snowbird.com. Crash westbound 12th Street, 13th West. This is up in Ogden. Crash northbound I-15 at the I-215 junction in Salt Lake. Crash northbound I-15 at 2100 North in Lehigh. I'm going to check our message stream quickly, see if anybody... No, see, I do this, and now it's all full of believe.
Yeah, you don't... Yeah, you can't.
Brought to you by Strong Volkswagen of Salt Lake City. You get 100% lifetime powertrain coverage. Your factory powertrain warranty becomes a lifetime warranty. Online at strongvw.com.
Thank you very much.
Boner candidate number 3, and it'd help if you see the pictures, too. The Master Race. Tampa County Sheriff's deputies have hauled in 5 neo-Nazis after an investigation led them to a house that Pasco Sheriff Chris Noko described as a cesspool. Among the items found in the tiny home, which was so cramped and filthy that detectives could barely walk around it, were firearms, meth, the IDs of veterans and military and state employees. 2 of the 5 people arrested in the Newport Richie raid were known gang members, police allege. If they don't return to our community, it's a better day for all of us, according to the sheriff in the area. These neo-Nazis, and boy, they're a really attractive lot of people, let me tell you.
That is the Master Race, right?
That's the Master Race. Yeah, show. If you got the, you got all of them. Wait.
Oh, yeah, Master Race.
Master Race.
X96.com/live.
Yeah, keep scrolling.
That guy.
That guy's great, isn't he? Keep
There you
scrolling.
go.
He's got a swastika tattooed on his chest.
Yep, that's superior genes there.
They found, inside the tiny cramped property, police found 12 grams of meth, some opiates, drug paraphernalia, needles, spoons. They also found hundreds of pages of bank account information, ID cards, also a neo-Nazi material and symbols. And they're all wearing these necklaces that have neo-Nazi medallions on them.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 3, the Master Race.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, I had to go. There's a woman in Melbourne, Australia, caught on video defecating on a public bus. She was in the bus as a passenger. Boner candidate number 2, a defense was asking for it. It's a warrant issued for a man in it says here, fence sex case. And boner candidate number 3, the Master Race.
All right, here we go. This is round 2. You got to decide which one of these boner candidates is the worst and therefore most deserving to move forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Choose wisely. 1, 2, or 3, your candidate number. Put that in the message of your text, and then text that to 33986. That's our text short code. You can call, use your voice, 877-602-9696. That's another way to vote. And you can vote online, x96.com. Just look for the box that says Round 2, August 17th. Click on that and vote. If you don't see the box, refresh. It should appear. Less than 300 seconds for round 2 boner voting. Let's go.
John Smith has a big wingding, and he knows how to use it.
Shut the front door.
It's a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell at 10 on X96.
Music pioneers Depeche Mode return. Global Spirit Tour. This Wednesday night, USANA Amphitheater. New album Spirit, available now. Depeche Mode, live. Tickets are on sale now at all Smith 6 outlets and smithsticks.com. Produced by Live Nation and United Concerts.
Misha here for the Utah Honda dealers. Brace yourselves. Clearance pricing has arrived. The best decision I made this year was buying my new Honda. And now you can decide to take advantage of clearance pricing when you buy yours. The Honda Summerbration sales event brings you clearance pricing on America's best-selling sedan, 2017 Honda Accord. On Car and Driver's 10 Best, a record 31 times. Clearance pricing on the popular 2017 Civic, the KBB Best Buy Award overall winner. And get our best offer of the year on the best-selling SUV of the decade, the 2017 C.
I'm a bad mom, I can tell you about real quick.
Really?
Well, we know you're a bad mom, but go ahead, tell us.
Quickly, we're at Gray Whale. You can come by and see us, Gray Whale up by the U.
Come and get a first-hand look at a really bad mother.
Yeah, I'm right here. So last night was country fair at Festus's school. Now, country fair is not like chickens and cows and
Like you would.
pies.
Yeah, that's why they call it a country fair, because it has nothing to do with that.
No, it's a country fair.
Oh, it's okay. So it's not a country fair; it's a country fair.
It's a country fair.
Australia.
Yeah. Yeah.
What country did Festus have?
He had Iraq.
Oh,
Of course he did. Yeah.
And so yesterday.
Is that because they knew his father's a terrorist?
No, he has a brother
Oh.
who's serving in Iraq.
Oh, that's okay.
He's been there forever. I wish he'd come back. But yesterday, after school, Festus said, "Well, everybody said they're bringing food." As you know, you have the display board with all your information, and everybody's bringing food from their various countries.
It would have been nice, honey, if you'd let me know that
Right.
before, 12 hours before school.
So I look around the house and I see that
Did you have some hummus or anything?
well, the mother-in-law had just come back from Egypt, and she brought this big container of baked goods from this Egyptian bakery, and the container had Arabic all over it, and they were Egyptian pastries. I'm like, that's close.
Wait a minute. Wait. If you were to
Close.
say that to your husband,
Well,
your
so-
Egyptian
well,
husband,
He's out of town, I'm guessing.
So that's close, and there's Arabic on it. So you set that on the table, and it'll look
Yeah.
It'll fool 'em.
authentic.
Yeah.
So we go to the country fair and
The country fair.
the country fair, and come back, and Joe stayed with the little kids at home while I took Festus to the country fair, and Joe said, "What happened to
The pastries that I was so looking
pastries.
forward to eating.
And I said, well, he didn't have any food for his display, and so we took those. And I thought because it had Arabic on it that it would look. And he said, the Arabic that they speak in Egypt is not the same as in Iraq. It's like
Really?
that would be like if you took,
Yeah.
pastries from
Let's take some
Spain
French pastries to a
and-
Mexico
Yeah.
country. Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, they didn't know. Nobody knew. It's Arabic. They don't know what.
Did they not know?
Nobody said.
Nobody
of course
said
they
it.
didn't
No.
know. Yeah.
Was he angry at you? Did he get angry?
A little bit. It's like
Dr.
my
Sam
mother-
wants to talk about anger today.
It's like my mother brought these all the way back from Egypt for
me.
For me.
Did people eat them at the
They
fair?
did. They were gone.
Were they delicious?
They were really good. 'Cause
You
they-
don't know. You didn't try them.
No, I did.
Okay.
Before anybody else touched them, because then they've got germs on them. So I unwrapped them and tried one.
You have problems with germs?
Yeah.
Oh, like my friend Lindsay. That would be good for you next time we're on. We'll talk about germs.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
she's-
know. Do you wear slippers at home? Or
Yes.
Will your feet touch the carpet?
No.
She
Oh.
won't walk
Oh.
She won't walk barefoot in a hotel room.
Really?
No.
No. How? And if you're out and about and you need to go to the toilet,
I try to wait.
Difficult.
Till you get home.
Mm-hmm.
Difficult.
Unbelievable.
And she's one of these people who opens the door to the bathroom with her elbow.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Flush with
The
your
whole
foot.
thing.
I'm no fool.
Do you use a straw
Yes,
when
you
you're
are.
drinking at a restaurant?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she's bad.
James.
We're going to have a show on obsessive
no.
Let's do
compulsive
it.
That's
disorder,
not
I think.
obsessive compulsive. It's
Ah,
being
he's-
cautious.
It's
That's
Dr.
different.
Sam. You
Cautious?
Can argue, you can argue with Dr. Sam.
Cautious.
I don't think you're going to argue with Dr. Sam.
I was against the law.
And boner candidate number 3, the master race. 5 self-proclaimed neo-Nazis arrested in a cesspool home in Florida containing meth, opiates, illegal guns, veterans' IDs, and Nazi propaganda. I can just guarantee you that you'll figure out who the winner is.
Well, I'm hoping it's number 3.
Well, it's number 3.
Oh,
well, okay. Yeah.
Number 3.
People not fond of Nazis.
Well, some people.
Well, yeah. The right people are not fond of
Some
Nazis.
people don't seem to have a problem with them.
Yes.
There used to be a punk group or a coalition gang, I don't know what you want to call it around here, many, many years ago called the VCFS, Violent Communist Fascist Socialists or something like that.
Where'd they go? I hope they all went away.
Yeah.
I hope they paid attention to the Dead Kennedy song, Nazi Punks F Off.
Yeah, it was at a Vandals concert when I got in a fight with one of them and busted my head open.
Jeez.
Skinheads, dang it.
Don't see too many of them around these days.
No.
Not around here anyway. Which is great.
Yes.
So Punk, let's see, what do we have to do here? We can talk to Punk for a second.
Yeah, we can talk to Punk.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about cats.
We can do that in a bit.
Well, my cat behavior just... do you have cats, Punk?
No, well, I had one. I haven't had any other since.
Haven't had a pet since...
other than the Peacock. But
yeah, he has a Peacock.
You still have the Peacock?
Yeah.
It still makes all the noise? And
yeah, he's winding down. It's
He's winding down.
It's the end of mating season. Feel bad after 15 years of trying to mate. Nothing.
Nothing?
No peahens out there?
No peahens, but yeah, he's losing more and more feathers every day.
Aww. Now, so he just lives in your yard?
No, our yard and the neighbor's yard. There used to be a lot of wild ones down that way. There's still some at Lagoon and a few other places.
Wild peacocks and peahens?
The farmers in Centerville brought them in because, one, they could interact with the pheasants that are all over Centerville and Farmington, and 2, they killed the snakes from that would get into the
peacock.
Yeah, they didn't eat them, but they would kill them, which protected the cattle and the horses. And
so is it politically correct anymore to say peacock? Maybe that's something that we have to.
Oh, that's what they
maybe
are.
What. Well, yeah, but you don't. You really should. You don't say we're going to. The pilot is in the cockpit anymore. You say the flight deck.
No, I still say the cockpit.
Well, but again, it's not. So yesterday we were talking about the word pussy. You can't. So I think maybe we need to get rid of the word peacock. What would we call them if we didn't call them?
Well,
yeah, there you go.
What would we do?
That sounds grosser.
What would we do with poppycock?
Oh, well, you just change it to fiddle faddle, isn't it?
That's right.
You can't say that either.
It's a more tasty snack.
Yeah, fiddle faddle. What's your peacock's name?
Oh, we call it Percy. Percy the peacock.
And you did he stick around because you started feeding him? Is that the idea?
Well, the neighbors kind of claimed him as far as that goes, and he's banded for her. But it's our yard and her yard that he spends all his time in nowadays. And I like him. You kind of have to. He basically only eats once a day, and he doesn't really even eat that. He prefers hunting the bugs and the grasshoppers.
What does he do in the winter?
In the winter,
sleeps with Punk in his room.
Yeah, it's funny. The neighbor built him a little roost, and he won't go inside of it. He goes underneath it.
I'm not going in there. I don't trust that.
But he's fine in the winter though. He doesn't get too cold or.
No, he's like you say. He's pulling all his feathers out right now, and his winter ones will grow in, and he's fairly docile and almost hibernating like it. When it's cold out.
Now is he approachable?
Oh yeah,
Is Percy the peacock? He's approachable, and you can pet him, or
well, I can.
He won't peck at you, or
I can get him to bow and dance for people, but as far as coming up to people, I'm the only one he does that with. Not even the neighbor, and that was weird. I mean, we used to hear him for many years before he ever came down.
Around.
Yeah, and when I first got sick and had to take medical leave, I was just sitting outside one day, and he just came up and sat right down next to me.
There was a family that had peafowl in the.
There you go.
You can't see that either.
In the town I grew up in Salem. This is back when Salem was a small town, and they lived up along the canal line, about a half mile, maybe more than a half mile away from our house. But in the early mornings, I would be able to, from my bedroom window, hear.
Oh yeah.
That's the sound. They've got 2 trachea. That's why they're so loud. Even for insulated windows, you can hear them.
Wow.
So they're immigrants, aren't they?
Peacocks?
Yeah.
They're immigrants.
Where are they from
Is this
originally?
a sanctuary city
They come
for
across the
peacocks?
border from.
Lagoon's the sanctuary city.
I mean, they're not native to this area, I don't think, are they?
No, they're not. Like I say, they do intermix with pheasants really well, and pheasants are native to this area.
Mm-hmm.
But our understanding is at some point.
So there's miscegenation going on with the peacocks.
People want video of you and Percy getting him to dance or something.
I've got plenty of the pictures and stuff. So.
Yeah, I would love to see them.
Okay.
Yeah. And a video of you getting Percy to dance would be great.
That would be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
Yeah.
Well.
And so now
it's good to see you. Not under these circumstances, but it's good to see you.
No, it's good to see you under any circumstance.
Thank you. I just wanted to stop by in case, it's hard, but today could be a really bad day.
A turning point?
Yeah.
You're going up to the University of Utah, right? Up
yes.
to the hospital there?
Yeah, up to the hepatology center.
What is hepatology?
Blood stuff.
Liver and
blood stuff.
Internal medicine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, keep us posted, sir.
We love you, punk.
I thought it was snakes.
Everybody sending love and best wishes.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Text and chat room. All right, traffic, Gina.
Traffic. Let's refresh this and get the latest for
Peacocks
you.
are pheasants from Asia. Somebody has sent to us. That's
pretty much true.
Long way from home.
Yeah.
Crash northbound I-15 at Pioneer Crossing in Utah County. The HOV lanes are closed. Crash westbound 12th Street, 1300 West in Ogden. Crash northbound I-15 at the I-215 junction. Crash northbound I-15 2100 North in Lehigh. The left lanes are closed there. To check our message stream quickly, there's a woman in West Jordan that has several peacocks in her yard. That's not a traffic update, but it's a
it could
peacock
be.
update for you. That's
All right.
traffic.
Thanks very much.
All right.
Let's see. Traffic, of course. If you're out in traffic and your car's not running the way it should be, maybe you want to stop by Excel Automotive Repair.
33rd
right?
South, 3rd East. There are official mechanics.
You know what it's like when that light goes on, right, Gina?
I had the little wrench come on in my car. And you know what? I didn't take it to the dealer.
You can take it to XL, and it still doesn't void the automobile warranty or anything like that.
I just like taking it to XL. I trust them. I know they'll take good care of my car.
XL specializes in foreign cars, and also they do good work on American cars as well. And Steve and Richard will give you an honest diagnosis of anything that's wrong with the car. They don't try to upsell you, and really, you can trust them implicitly. For a limited time, new customers to XL can get a full service oil change for just $20 plus tax if you just go in there and say, hi, we heard about this oil change deal on X96, a radio from hell. They told us about it, and they'll go, oh yeah, sure, happy to do it. XL Automotive Repair, they're on the corner of 33rd South and 3rd East. They have a website, xlautomotiverepair.com.
Strong Volkswagen and X96 present Pepper.
I was so angry.
What?
Saturday night. After I went to the Warped Tour, I went to a party, and I think it was about 10 o'clock at night. I get home, and I'm out. I was out on the sidewalk. It's not important why. 10 o'clock, out on the sidewalk, and what do I see coming across the street? A raccoon, and there's a lot of traffic, and he's coming right toward my house.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of traffic, and the lights in the car, and a car honked, and the raccoon kind of, like this, and I thought, God, hit him! I was hoping the car would hit him, but it missed him.
Yeah.
And he came, and I'm standing 20 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And he came running, and he ran, and I started yelling at him, and he ran right up my tree, the one that's in my front yard. I have a gigantic, like
Bill treed a coon.
a 50-foot tree. Yeah, I treed a coon. I was yelling, "You son of a! Get back here!"
Bill lives where the red fern grows.
I was just so mad, and he ran up the damn tree, and they're everywhere. God.
I think they've declared war on you.
I think they have.
Coming to get you.
It's like birds have declared war on my wife. Raccoons.
No kidding.
Declared war on you.
He got he stopped and growled at the car. I swear to God he did.
High road.
Get away!
Shake his fist. Roadhog.
Little birdie finger.
One of his little bandit hands,
Bird finger.
Their hands are almost human,
They have them,
But ran right up the tree in front of my house. God, that made me mad.
What are you going to do?
Did your wife lock you out again? You sleep on the porch. Was it one of those?
No.
No?
Oh, why I was on the
Why you were out on the front porch?
I was taking the night air.
He's farting.
Taking in the night air.
He's out farting.
Yeah. I'll be back in a while, honey. I gotta go take the night air.
He's right, isn't he?
No.
Taking the night wind.
No.
Is what it is.
No, I wasn't.
There's a breeze. Let me just put it that way.
Man, I live in the city. I don't need this crap.
You have to move to the country to get away from the coons.
No kidding. It just drives me crazy.
I tell you, we haven't had any raccoon problems since Van's dog Chase killed one in the backyard, and ever since then they're gone.
I believe that when I start trap, I should go home and set up a trap, and because if I trap a couple of them, they kind of lay off for a while.
Well, then that means you have to keep trapping them.
I know.
Got to send a message.
I know. I got the trap there. I just haven't. I'll set it, and Brian will come and get them.
I want reliable people who aren't going to get carried away.
This is years you've been dealing with this.
I just hate it.
Got to send a message to the coon community.
I haven't seen one of the cats for quite a while.
Rush or G. Gordon, you mean?
Yeah, Rush is. I haven't seen Rush for a week. Baby Rush is finally gone.
Raccoon will kill a cat.
I don't know. They've been coexisting for a while.
Well, no, I mean one of the Rush has been injured by the raccoon. I assume it's the raccoons. Before I've taken him to the vet a couple of times with injuries. It just drives me crazy.
Well. Got to kill one. Got to kill one. Send a message.
Spill blood.
I'm going to just sprinkle raccoon blood on the threshold.
Well, where are you going to get that raccoon blood, huh?
From a raccoon, I guess.
You got to bleed one.
Can't you buy it at Sportsman's Warehouse?
No, that's urine, and that will attract them. I'm sorry.
Man. We found a pair. My wife found a pair, I should say, of clown shoes at the DI. A giant
Sad
pair.
dead clown.
That's immediately what I thought was dead clown.
How else do they end up
I went right to dead
What's
clown.
sad? What's sad about a dead clown? It's a day of celebration.
Depends on where you find him.
Yeah.
If you find him in the forest, that's kind of sad.
It's a gigantic pair. I think they were. I'll take a picture of them and present them next week.
She bought them?
Yeah, for my kid. Giant pair of. They're plastic, but they're meant to be. You can wear them. A giant pair, and I think they're pastel, like baby blue. Clown shoes.
Is there a law that says clown shoes should always be red?
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
they're red. The nose is red. The shoes are red.
It seems to me they were, yeah.
And was he excited about the clown shoes?
Well, thrilled.
Congressman Bozo would like to put forth the following law: that clown shoes will always be red.
You know, I proposed this many years ago. I think we should have a National Clown Day, where everyone in the United States, by law, everyone, by law, is required to wear a clown costume. And I mean everyone, from the president to the members of Congress.
You wouldn't do that.
If it was a law,
you would stay home.
Police officers in your home, people could come and knock, authorities would come and knock on your door dressed as clowns. And say,
clown check.
Are you? Yeah, exactly. Are you in there? If you're not dressed as a clown, you're going to clown jail.
You see, this is why Bill would be an excellent Republican. He fails to see the constitutionality, and that's why
the Constitution is suspended for one
day.
One day, maybe a week. A week.
What is the purpose of everybody being a clown?
It would humble all of us. It would humble all of us. We would all become clowns.
That's why you won't do it.
I can see exactly.
I think National Clown Week,
Really?
and everyone has to dress as a clown for an entire week. You'd have to go to old folks' homes and dress the retirees and the shut-ins as clown. Even if it meant just as something as simple as just putting a nose on them.
Question.
Yes.
What about people in comas?
Yes.
Because they need to be humbled. If you've ever met a bunch of people that are up,
surgeons, people performing surgery, and the patients, everyone. All right. And now a surgeon, he couldn't wear the big dumb gloves, but he could. Maybe have to have a nose on under the mask. All of that.
All right.
I think I'm gonna. You elect me. You elect me the mayor of Salt Lake. I'll start it in Salt Lake. It'll be Salt Lake Clown Week, and everyone in Salt Lake will have to dress as a clown.
Now, luckily, I live in unincorporated Salt Lake, so
that's you'll be. But if you come into my city,
all right,
no clowning around.
Oh.
All right.
That's where the term clown fever will come from. People who are sick and won't come in. There we go.
Tyler Glenn, Neon Trees right there. Tyler Glenn in Reykjavik, Iceland right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You going to make it back in time for the show?
Oh, I think so. Family trip. I said, "Oh, you're going with the band or something?" He said, "No, it's a family trip."
Nice.
So I had it planned, so we're just a bunch of people are going.
You should take a family trip there. You've always wanted to go there.
I invited myself along, and he said no. But if you want to hear an interview we did at least an hour with Tyler Glenn and Neon Trees on the Let's Go Eat Show, it's a podcast. You can get it at theletsgoeatshow.com. You can get it on iTunes. You can get it at x96.com or wherever fine podcasts are sold.
And Love Loud Fest is the next place you can see Neon Trees, along with Imagine Dragons and many other acts. Saturday, August 26th at the Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. You can buy tickets. This will sell out.
I think so. Yeah,
I would think
the tickets are going really quick. It's going to be a great show.
You can get them at smithtix.com, or perhaps you will win them from us right now. I'm going to give you a keyword. You text that to 33986. The keyword is accept. 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 Text that to 33986.
All right.
Earlier I was going to ask about cats.
Yes.
And just what you think about this. So when I was a kid growing up, I always had cats. And then I didn't have a cat or any kind of a pet really for a long, long time. And now I have a couple of cats. And
You have Goopy-Eyed Klaus and Mr. Fluffy Pants.
you can follow Klaus. It's just at Goopy Eye Klaus, and that's Klaus on Twitter. He just tweeted your pet to your Riley Wonder Dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw that.
Well, he said, and there's a picture of Klaus there, and he just said to Riley, he said, "I heard you have trouble at night. You're scared and you bark."
It says, "Hey, at Wonder Riley, if you're lonely and scared at night, I'll come over and keep a goopy eye on you." And there's a picture.
I'll just scare him more.
You're not kidding.
Yeah.
Is that eye always like that?
No, that's at its goopiest. It'll go away, or Mr. Fluffy Pants, the other cat, he was doing it yesterday, will lick and chew the goop off of it.
Oh, jeez.
It's weird. But anyway, Klaus is a scaredy cat too, and so I think when he gets really stressed is when the goop comes onto his eye. But when I was growing up with cats, they would drink out of the toilet a fair amount of the time, and we didn't care. We just kind of whatever, you know. And but now these cats, my wife doesn't like it. She doesn't.
It's gross.
And I said to her yesterday,
because then they're going to come out and
what?
Lick your face or
no?
No.
I mean, I don't have a big deal with it. Now, I knew where Gina would fall on that. How about you? What do you think about that?
Well, Gina, I would just point out that even if it didn't drink out of the toilet, it licks other things. So
True.
Being licked by a cat is problematic. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
If you walked into the bathroom and saw a cat head down into the bowl, you would be fine with that.
It's clean, cold, fresh water.
I would not like that in my house because we have the if it's yellow, let it mellow rule.
Well, they won't drink it.
So, yeah.
I mean, they'll only drink it if it's clear, you know. How about you? What do you think, Punk?
Oh, I wouldn't have a problem with it. More like the cat I had, more the animal takes care of itself, the happier I am.
And that's why I tell people who say I'm thinking about getting a dog, I'm like, not with your lifestyle.
Yeah.
You are gone too much. Cats, they take care of themselves just fine.
Now, the flip side of that, literally, is people that train their cats to
I've heard of that.
poop and pee
Yeah.
in the toilet, which is also weird.
I think it's kind of cool.
As
long as they flush.
Well,
you don't want to walk in
because
and
if it's
find
brown,
that.
flush it down.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Yeah. I don't believe that. I sort of don't believe that you can really train a cat to do that very successfully. Now,
there's YouTube videos of it.
I like the YouTube videos. The YouTube videos of people dragging their cats on a leash. The cat's like, I'm not going.
It's the cat on a leash thing. That cannot be done.
No, I saw a woman woman in my neighborhood walking a cat.
Well, if they can
She
be
had a little
walked on a
harness.
leach, they can certainly be taught to go on the toilet.
I guess.
And there was that one lady that tried to get all her cats to be vegetarians.
Oh, that's just
no, that's not
not
right.
going to happen.
Yeah,
No.
that was interesting.
There's a bunch of videos, Bill.
Okay,
if you
I'll
wanna,
look.
Cats using the toilet.
which I don't want to watch a bunch of cats pooping in there.
I want to watch cats pooping. That's what I want to do.
Bill, what are you doing at your desk over there?
Watching cats pooping. No.
All right. Let's see. Oh, here's one. My cats drink out of the tank, so we don't put the lid on it. She taught herself to use the toilet after that. Oh.
How, from watching you, you've been letting your cats watch you in the bathroom, haven't you?
Now, see, I don't like them in the bathroom when I'm going. I really
You get uncomfortable.
Well, because you're sitting there, and then they come up and want to rub up against your leg, and you're just going, no, get away.
All right. We got Boner Fight coming up in just a bit, but before that, a little bit of news.
Mm-hmm. And we also need to talk to you about the advocates.
Yes, right now. UtahAdvocates.com. You can talk to an attorney. Find out if you have a case for free 24 hours a day.
This is not about you suing somebody. This is about you've been in an accident, you're injured, you have medical bills and other bills too that need to be taken care of and should be by insurance companies. Well, they don't want to pay them. So the advocates, they know how to talk to the insurance companies and help you get those taken care of.
And Matt Driggs, a direct quote from him, he's one of the advocates there. the insurance companies will try to jerk you around.
They will.
And we don't want them to do that.
Punk knows.
Yeah. So if you've been hurt in an accident, these are the people you call, the advocates. 801-355-5550. They don't charge you anything unless they get you a settlement. And you can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you can go to their website. Mm-hmm. There's a chat feature there as well.
Yep, you can for free.
Yep, UtahAdvocates.com.
X9. Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
I got caught in an embarrassing moment this morning.
Oh, good. I can't wait to hear.
Here at work. Already, I've been at work about an hour now, and already caught in an embarrassing moment.
Are you saving it?
No, I'll tell you right now. I came in the back door, as I always do. I kind of hope Chris is listening. I don't know Chris's last name.
Mancow.
Yeah, Chris Mancow.
Sure.
Yeah. So Chris is a board operator here in the building, and he tends to another radio station. He's a very nice guy, very quiet guy, very shy, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Probably if he's hearing this, is embarrassed to hell that I'm even mentioning him on the radio. He's a very shy guy. So I come in the building this morning, and I'm walking down the long corridor there, and there down at the end of the corridor is a copy machine. And on the copy machine is sitting a big, it's like a briefcase, suitcase kind of thing.
Okay.
It looks like a toolbox, but not metal. It's a cord,
Okay.
fabric kind of stuff. What do they call that? Cordova. No. Anyway. So it's a big case with buckles on it and everything. And it's sitting there it's just out of place. It's odd. I've never seen it sitting there before. It's sitting, what is that? I think to myself. So then
How
I think,
curious were you?
I open it up and start rifling through it. Look at this. Look at this. And I mean, there was nothing particularly strange.
Wait a minute,
in there.
you saw someone's luggage lying around and you just opened it?
Well, yeah.
Didn't you learn anything from the announcements at the airport?
Or anything from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
God.
But I thought in my mind, maybe the reason I opened it is I thought, I wonder if because it looks like one of those things that the copy guy brings with his tools in it.
Okay.
To repair the copier. But I start going through it, and it's obviously somebody's briefcase. It's got some CDs in there, library books. There's an orange. I went through it pretty extensively. No, I didn't.
Sounds like you cataloged all of the stuff in there.
This is all stuff that I could sort of see right there. And as I'm kind of going through it, Chris comes up the hall the other way and goes, "Hey, that's mine." And I went, "Oh,
I'm sorry."
I thought it was the copy guys.
Because if it was the copy guys, that would have been okay to go.
Well, it was my duty to investigate as a junior TSA trainee.
TSA, which really does mean to stand around. I'm just convinced of it.
No. So sorry, I apologize to Chris, and I'll apologize again. But just just standing there going through his stuff, and here comes the shyest guy in the building going, "Hey!"
X96.3 and X96.com.
morning. Alternative music all day.
X96.
All right, 9:20. We got boner fight here in about 5 minutes. But first, a little bit of news.
Little bit of news brought to you by Strong Volkswagen of Salt Lake City. You get 100% lifetime powertrain coverage. Your factory powertrain warranty becomes a lifetime warranty online at strongvw.com.
Well, we can only hope. We can only hope and pray this is true. Lucille 2, Liza Minnelli, may be gearing up for a big comeback.
No.
Oh!
Really? Like a tour?
Yeah.
Really?
She's talked about putting a show together that she'd like to
put
do.
on a show.
Said her good friend Michael Feinstein. Every time we meet, we discuss songs and come up with opening numbers. We'll see. Over the last few years, Liza Minnelli, who's just 71, has largely retreated out of the spotlight. But she's Michael, I think it's Feinstein.
Feinstein?
I think it's Feinstein. Anyway, he says he's a musician, pianist, I believe. He says, I think she may be really going to do it. I'd go to Vegas to see her.
Would you?
Yeah.
Really, you would?
Yes.
I didn't know you were such a big Liza fan.
Oh! Tom Cruise. He broke his ankle. Mission Impossible 6 shut down for 3 months.
Yeah, they can't do anything with
Wow.
it. He's
Broken
in
ankle.
almost every scene, so
No, can't do it.
that costs so much money to put that on hold.
Chris Hemsworth said
Thor?
he was intimidated the first time he ever met Chris Pratt.
Oh, you could take him?
Now,
Chris, come on.
Chris, I mean, he's one of the famous Chris's, Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth. He says, the first time I really met Chris Pratt and went on set with him and the Guardians, I was weirdly shaken. I don't know why. He's just so charismatic and good at what he does. However, Anna Faris said about their divorce, it's hard to be with somebody who doesn't have your back.
See, you were blaming her.
Well, I'm blaming her for thinking
for needing all that support.
Yes.
Like a wife might want from a husband.
Trying to drag his career down, trying to drag him down with her needy, clutching. Donald Trump has tweeted to Mayor Curtis, John Curtis, who won the primary for the 3rd District here to go to Congress for Jason Chaffetz's seat. Donald Trump tweeted out, congratulations on your win in Utah. And when asked about that by Fox 13, they said to John Curtis, are you excited that Donald Trump tweeted that about you? And he said, well, not much. We'll see what happens when he gets that, if he gets that official R by his name and everything.
Wrong.
And Emma Stone now makes more money, and I think this is terrible, than Jennifer Lawrence. To be the
Why
highest
is that
paid.
terrible?
Because Jennifer Lawrence is a better actress. She's a better actor. She's surpassed
Emma
Jennifer
Stone
Lawrence.
is a good actress.
She's pretty good.
It's hard for me to pick who's the better actress of those two.
When she in that Birdman, I think she should have won an award for Birdman, Best Supporting Actress.
Best smoker?
She was great in that.
Yeah, I have a hard time deciding who the best actress is.
I liked them
Jennifer
both.
Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence, she's the best.
I mean, I like them both.
I'm not afraid to take sides. You guys, go ahead. Sit on the fence. Sit on the Lawrence Stone fence. Go ahead. I'm taking sides. It's Jennifer Lawrence. And, yeah, that's it.
That it?
Yeah.
That's all you got? Okay.
Well, I might have one more story here that, there's always
Well, I mean, we can,
one more story.
We can go to Boner Fight if you'd like.
Well, let's see. Let me just make sure that I didn't miss. Well, I
You're
haven't.
missing important stories.
I haven't really had time. We don't have time to do it here. Bill's Beauty Buzz.
Yeah, there's no time for that here.
Mascara that doesn't run.
I need to know because, when the crying fits happen, I don't need it to run.
You want to stay looking fresh.
I want to stay looking great.
How about this?
Like Emma Stone.
Woman tattooed her entire face in honor of the film Event Horizon. I don't know if we have the picture.
Event Horizon?
Yeah.
That's the movie she picked?
I don't know if we...
I can't think of a tattoo.
I don't know if we can put up a picture here at x96.com/live. This Paul Booth, a New York City tattoo artist, headed to his Instagram to share photos of this tattoo he just finished on one of his clients, a massive full-face tattoo inspired by the 1997 movie, and I don't recall it even being a very good movie.
No, I don't even recall it.
Horizon. I think isn't Charlie Sheen in that? Or a movie that's isn't very good. It says here, but apparently this woman is a big fan.
That's a horrible tattoo.
Oh yeah, it's based on a poster that of the movie Event Horizon. Yeah, it's.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
I guess those are the stages of the tattoo, and there's the final at the bottom.
All right.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right. Now that'll really serve her well when she gets older.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here are the two candidates for the Boner Fight today. The winner of round one was God, People Are Awful.
Ugh.
It was the selfie-obsessed Spanish tourists who discovered a baby dolphin swimming in shallow water. The dolphin had been separated from its mother. It was frightened. It was hungry. It was whatever. And they ended up killing it by just taking it out of the water.
Handling it too much.
Handling it and taking selfies with it.
Don't mess with the wildlife.
That's boner candidate number one. And boner candidate number two, oh yeah, the master race. 5 self-proclaimed neo-Nazis arrested in a home which authorities called a cesspool full of meth, opiates, illegal guns, veterans' IDs, and Nazi propaganda.
There you go. It's time for Boner Fight. Who of these two is the worst? Who should be Boner of the Day? You got to decide. Candidate 1 or Candidate 2. Remember the number of your candidate. Put it in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986, our text short code. You can call 877-602-9696, or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight August 17th and vote there. So, less than 300 seconds to decide. Let's go. It's Boner of the Day.
I will read it to you.
It looks to be typewritten.
Yes.
Wow.
Typewritten, actual letter dated the 9th of October.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. You're a lucky girl.
Don't you wish you got more letters?
Oh, you bet.
Actual letters?
I sure do. The only thing that could make that
Email
better...
doesn't sound like this.
The only thing that could make that better is if that had been handwritten.
That's true.
Oh, that would have been really special.
Gina, I would ask you to think about a time before cell phones, blogs, Facebooks, and Twittering.
Back a time when people actually wrote letters.
A simpler time. Yeah. We raised our kids in the physical world.
Yeah.
We threw our money away on frivolously silly things. We pursued tangible hobbies, or at least had fun playing. We traveled where we wanted to, when we wanted to. The world was ours for the taking. And we had meaningful conversations with people who were important to us, either face-to-face or on the telephone.
Is this from your first boyfriend?
No. Those people, if they judged us at all, were polite enough to do so in a way that led to improvement.
Okay.
What has changed? Nothing, of course, but the perception is now that we have to record or display every aspect of our lives and activities and do it as quickly as possible.
Twitter.
Does it really matter if you learn that someone took our kids to the park last Tuesday? No. Are a million meaningless opinions any better than a few well-considered ones? No. Must you change your life to fit into the false standard propagated by people you don't even know?
No.
Of course not. The most dangerous trap to fall into is trying to be someone you're not, for whatever reason. For the love of all things irrational, Gina, just be yourself. It's what makes life worth living.
Stop twittering.
Sincerely, Martin Noonzert. P.S. Your bio on the X96 website is not up to date.
As I like to say, any clod can have the facts, but having an opinion is an art.
I guess I need to update my bio.
You know, you should scan that letter and put it on our website.
I should blog and Twitter about this letter.
Tweet.
A blog and Twitter.
Tweet. I'm sorry.
If you use Twitter, you tweet.
You tweet.
Why can't I Twitter it?
That's something that you should do in the privacy of your own bedroom.
It's true.
When your husband's out of town.
Some more letters. I want more actual letters sent through the mail.
Well, give your address.
515 South, 7th East, Suite 1C, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84102.
If they're handwritten, it's even better. Or even better, if they're words cut out of magazines and pasted onto it. That's great.
Let me just say this to people writing letters to Gina. You may write them. You won't get them. She will.
No.
You're not going to take the time to return them.
No.
Yeah, email's a lot easier to answer. And
Yeah. But go ahead, send her letters. Try not to use words like nonplussed. Okay.
I know nonplussed.
Now you.
Celebrity news and other stuff that we come up with right before we turn on the microphones.
There's nothing like giving folks what they want.
Listen weekday mornings on X96.
9:34. And time now for the awarding of Boner of the Day.
And Boner of the Day, well, so let me take a sip of Mill Creek coffee here. I'm almost done with my Mill Creek coffee for the day. And I like it when I time it out just perfectly for the end of the show. Now, the winner of the Boner voting, brought to you in part by?
Totality.
Totality by the leftover cashew chicken and a handful of Triscuits. I thought about putting the Triscuits in the bottom of the bowl and the cashew
would have given
chicken.
it some more flavor.
The cashew chicken was very flavorful.
No, I mean the
Triscuits,
Triscuit.
yeah. But I thought about doing it. It would have given them a nice little crunch. Wouldn't it have been nice? But I didn't do it. So we had Boner candidate number one, God, People Are Awful. The Spanish tourists ending up killing a baby dolphin by taking it out of the water and having their picture taken with it. And then Boner candidate number two, The Master Race, not so much. These neo-Nazis in Florida. The winner, Boner candidate number one, God, People Are Awful.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Animal cruelty.
Yep, usually.
I mean, as cute as a baby dolphin would be to have your picture taken with, you would think common sense would rule out.
Yeah. Well, people don't have a lot of common sense, apparently. You know, I just saw this list.
A list?
And it said, I was closing my... Yeah.
You just said the word list, and I got excited, because
I
people
know.
love lists.
You're a person?
I'm a person.
It's what the consultants tell us. People love lists. But it said 30 quotes from the television show Friends that you're still using every week. Now, I looked through some of these.
Every week?
Yeah, I looked through some of these, and I hadn't used any of them.
Okay. Well, let's see.
This is... my wallet's too small for my 50s, and my diamond shoes are too tight.
What?
I've never said that. It's 30 Friends quotes you're still using every week.
Okay, no.
It's like a cow's opinion. It just doesn't matter. It's moo.
No.
No? Never used it. Of course,
I
now
don't even remember it.
I've got to confess I'm at a disadvantage with this in that I never watched Friends.
Never?
I watched 1 or 2 episodes, but that was it. I was never a regular watcher of Friends.
I dropped off. I watched it regularly for 2 or 3 seasons.
It just didn't do anything for me.
Festus bought the box set of the entire series.
Well, then he should be weighing in on this list.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Because I got nothing on these.
None of these.
Give me a thumbs up if any of these sound familiar, Festus.
How about this one? It's Courtney, what's her name? Courtney Cox going, I know.
Well,
we all say that.
Says, everybody says, I know.
That's not from Friends.
Here comes the meat sweats.
Nope.
Here come the meat
Now,
sweats.
that's one I've heard.
I understand the meat sweats are going to be at the Warp Tour next
Now, that's
year.
one I've heard, but I didn't know that originated with Friends.
Well, it may not have originated there, but
okay.
But they popularized everything.
Apparently,
anything that needed popularizing, they popularized.
I'm so out of it, I had no idea.
One more?
Sure.
Could I be wearing any more clothes?
No, you're saying it wrong. Could I be wearing any more clothes?
So you used that one, huh?
Yeah.
Now that one he's familiar with. Okay.
And I said it right?
Could I be wearing any more clothes?
But he did all of his lines that way.
No. See, you're missing the point.
Okay.
This is probably one of the funniest moments on that show.
I'm sorry, but that's Joey. Who said it.
Joey is doing an impression of
Chandler. Okay.
Good idea.
Because Chandler is the one.
How did you know this?
Because
you used the quote.
Because that's one of the most famous quotes from the
Because Chandler, every line he did was, "Could I be blah blah blah?" You know,
and it's Joey doing a Chandler impression. And it's very funny.
Do I look like that was Chandler? That was all he did.
Yeah. Now here's one that I've never heard, but it's funny. Okay. Phoebe, because she was kind of ditzy, but she was ditzy like a fox. She was ditzy, but she was also pretty. She says, "Oh, I wish I could, but I don't want to."
Is that one? Oh,
that's not a thing.
It's not. But it's a pretty good line.
Now, two different people have mentioned this one. We were on a break.
That's one of them.
Is that one that's on the list? Yeah. So that one is one that people are saying, other than the obvious one. How you doing?
You could not be more wrong. You could try, but you would not be successful. No.
I'm going to tweet.
How you doing?
Could I be wearing any more clothes?
Oh, please do that. It'll
clear it right up.
And it's probably not anywhere else but on your retweet.
Right?
Yeah. Nobody else is doing that apparently. That's terrible.
Could you tweet any more of these? I watched 2 episodes. I believed it was a form of torture. See,
No.
I
Yes,
thought it was pretty moving when they played the Madonna song when they were breaking up at the airport and Hi, Dylan.
What?
I think people still say "How you doing?" I think if anybody says anything, it's probably "How you doing?" Right?
That's what I would think.
Joey.
That's the only one.
How you doing? How you?
I think that's the only one I can think of.
I think Seinfeld is more quotable.
Way more. Gina, find that list. Seinfeld quotes we're still using.
Okay.
We have.
I just sent you the Joey one.
Oh, okay. Well,
thanks.
Thanks.
You need
clip.
it. You really need it.
You brought this up, not me.
I brought it up. I'm not going to send it out to the universe. Or my dozens of Twitter followers.
The 50th funniest quotes from Seinfeld?
Well, maybe we get to those after these, but let's hear. Okay. Joey is Chandler.
Okay, buddy boy, here it is. You hide my clothes, I'm wearing everything you own.
Oh my God! That is so not the opposite of taking somebody's underwear.
Look at me, I'm Chandler. Could I be wearing any more clothes?
There it is.
That's it?
That's it.
That was it?
That was it.
Yeah.
See, it's funny because he's wearing a lot of clothes.
Well, but the audience thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Did you hear them laughing?
Yeah.
They're drunk.
They were really.
Get the Seinfeld list. I maintain that Seinfeld is more quotable than Friends.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you.
Anyway.
Again, Bill brought up this list.
Well, it's because I couldn't believe it. I thought I'm going to read. Maybe I'm wrong, but I wasn't.
Could you be any more wrong?
Apparently not.
All right. Let's see. We'll take a break. We'll be back. I got to tell you about Mattress Firm, though.
Oh, it made me want to go to bed.
Could I be sleeping on a more comfortable mattress?
Well, you could if you have not shopped at Mattress Firm.
Mattress Firm, they're having a sneak peek of their Labor Day sale. And really terrific deals on. Well, they always have good prices, but Mattress Firm right now. What was that one? Mattress for $99. Oh yeah, it's
any budget. They can help you. Any budget, and so that means that there is no excuse for you sleeping on that old lumpy thing.
Get a Hampton and Rhodes mattress starting at just $99.99. Over 15 queen mattresses under $699.99. Visit your local Mattress Firm. You'll get special back-to-school offers if you show a school ID. All right? Don't wait any longer. Go into Mattress Firm. Find your perfect mattress. Take advantage of interest-free financing, too, for 6 years. That's 72 months sleeping on a mattress interest-free. Call 1-866-780-6220 for credit costs and terms. Subject to credit approval.
The adjustable bed. I just can't. If you can afford it, it's a great thing.
Could we give you any more reasons for this?
There you go. On
Mattressfirm.com.
Monday, August 21st, Radio from Hell will celebrate the Great American Solar Eclipse.
Come celebrate with us Monday.
I will read it to you.
It looks to be typewritten.
Yes.
Wow.
Typewritten, actual letter dated the 9th of October.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look
You're
at
a
it.
lucky girl.
Don't you wish you got more letters?
Oh, you bet.
Actual letters?
I sure do. The only thing that could make that
Email
better.
doesn't sound like this.
The only thing that could make that better is if that had been handwritten.
That's true.
Oh, that would have been really special.
Gina, I would ask you to think about a time before cell phones, blogs, Facebooks, and Twittering.
Back a time when people actually wrote letters.
A simpler time. Yeah. We raised our kids in the physical world.
Yeah.
We threw our money away on frivolously silly things. We pursued tangible hobbies, or at least had fun playing. We traveled where we wanted to, when we wanted to. The world was ours for the taking. And we had meaningful conversations with people who were important to us, either face-to-face or on the telephone.
Is this from your first boyfriend?
No. Those people, if they judged us at all, were polite enough to do so in a way that led to improvement.
Okay.
What has changed? Nothing, of course, but the perception is now that we have to record or display every aspect of our lives and activities and do it as quickly as possible.
Twitter.
Does it really matter if you learn that someone took our kids to the park last Tuesday? No. Are a million meaningless opinions any better than a few well-considered ones? No. Must you change your life to fit into the false standard propagated by people you don't even know?
No.
Of course not. The most dangerous trap to fall into is trying to be someone you're not, for whatever reason. For the love of all things irrational, Gina, just be yourself. It's what makes life worth living.
Stop twittering.
Sincerely, Martin Noonzert. P.S. Your bio on the X96 website is not up to date.
As I like to say, any clod can have the facts, but having an opinion is an art.
I guess I need to update my bio.
You know, you should scan that letter and put it on our website.
Yeah. I should blog and Twitter about this letter.
Tweet.
A blog and Twitter.
Tweet. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. If you use Twitter, you tweet.
You tweet.
Why can't I Twitter it?
That's something that you should do in the privacy of your own bedroom.
Okay.
It's true.
When your husband's out of town.
Some more letters. I want more actual letters sent through the mail.
Well, give your address.
515 South, 7th East, Suite 1C, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84102.
If they're handwritten, it's even better. Or even better, if they're words cut out of magazines and pasted onto it. That's great.
Let me just say this to people writing letters to Gina. You may write them. You won't get them. She will.
No.
You're not going to take the time to return them.
No.
Yeah, email's a lot easier to answer. And
yeah. But go ahead, send her letters. Try not to use words like nonplussed. Okay.
I know nonplussed.
Now you.
So right after the show, I guess I'm not going to have time today for Bill's Beauty Buzz mascara that won't run.
Maybe you want to do that on Facebook or something?
Facebook Live right after the show.
Oh,
if you want to ask me about Bill's Beauty Buzz, new feature I'm starting here.
You know, YouTube, makeup tips, Facebook Live makeup tips, they're hugely
pretty
popular.
Big. Maybe I'll parlay this, but if you want to join me, it's just the Radio from Hell Facebook page, and you can ask me questions right after almost immediate, 5 minutes after 10. We'll do that, okay?
All right, on the Radio from Hell Facebook page. Yes, I'm looking at this list of Seinfeld quotes. I'm going to go as far as to say that maybe Seinfeld is the most quotable TV show.
Maybe.
The jerk store called, and they're running out of you.
What am I going to do with all this paella?
Oh, that's our private one.
Point of order, John Smith joining you.
Yes, okay.
John Smith.
I think Friends would also be up
No,
there.
well,
that's
we
what
just
were
did the
talking
list.
about.
Oh, really?
We just ran through the quotes, and nobody knows
We
them.
ran through the list, and even a person who owns the Friends box set didn't recognize any of them.
Really?
So we threw that
Could
one.
I be any more amazed?
Exactly.
No.
So we threw that one right out. Now someone is saying Simpsons.
Yeah, well,
There's
that's
not a lot
pretty...
of quotes in The Simpsons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there are. No, don't Dylan.
Cowabunga, dude. There haven't been memorable quotes in The Simpsons for 20 years.
Floor pie.
Nobody says that.
I said it once.
That is not a thing.
It's memorable.
The point is
The
things
point
you
is
quote
stuff that you
often.
quote that you in your everyday life. Like
I say floor pie a lot.
like the list here we've got. This is an incomplete list, but yada yada yada. Low talker, puffy shirt.
I was in the pool.
There's shrinkage.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's pretty quoted. Let's see.
What was the one I said? I mean, really, the
no soup for you.
No soup for you. Can't stand you.
Oh.
Get out.
Get out.
Spongeworthy.
Spongeworthy, yeah.
You are so good looking.
Double dipping.
See, these aren't things that were invented by Seinfeld. They were just things that were in the episode.
Hello, Newman.
Double dipping.
Hello,
was
Jerry.
Maybe the dingo ate your baby.
They're real and they're spectacular.
Yep, I was in the pool. Shrinkage. Anti-dentite.
He's an anti-dentite.
He's
Serenity
an
now.
So how is this? How are any of those different from floor pie?
I have urinary myositis.
How is any of those different from floor pie?
No, what I'm saying, you just
People
said
say Serenity now. Nobody walks around saying floor pie.
But nobody walks around saying puffy shirt.
I do.
Nobody walks around saying
Every time I see a puffy shirt.
Master of my domain. Bubble boy. Mulva.
Yeah, people walk around saying mulva all the time.
Schmoopy.
No, you say vulva.
I think
I've
the
heard
point,
you do it.
The point he's trying to make is if you walked out and said mulva, people would know what show you were talking about. You go out and say floor pie.
I'm telling you, if I walked up to somebody and went, "What show is this from?" Floor pie.
No.
They're going to wonder how you
like
didn't get
that.
caught up in the roundup at Pioneer Park yesterday.
There's regifter.
Yep.
There's bro, manzier.
Right. They're uniquely.
Your mother and I are going on a cruise.
Man hands is one that I use a lot. In the vault.
Master of my domain.
Yeah, Spongeworthy. Giddy up.
Who told you to put the bomb on? I tell you to put the bomb on?
The jerk store call.
The jerk store. So
Let's see how many I can fit in my mouth.
You know, George, the ocean called. They're running out of shrimp.
Oh, yeah, Riley? Well, the jerk store called. They're running out of you.
What's the difference? You're their all-time bestseller.
And then he wasn't prepared. He didn't have anything prepared after that.
The audience thought it was really funny.
we need a live studio audience again. We haven't done one of those in a while.
Well, let's just get the sound.
The canned live studio.
And then just throw that in?
Sure.
That doesn't work for me.
No?
Oh, now the one that I use from
They
Seinfeld.
always leave their chairs in here.
The one I use from Seinfeld all the time is, you gotta see the baby.
You gotta see the baby.
Because it never fails. There's a friend or a family member who's had a new baby, and it's, you gotta see the baby.
Well, I think we're all in agreement that Seinfeld is much more quotable than Friends.
Yes.
With fewer episodes.
You got me on that.
With fewer episodes.
Carrie, without planning it, you have brought it full circle.
Mm-hmm.
And because Janice from Friends is in You Gotta See the Baby.
That one.
That one.
And we've
Okay.
come full circle.
All right. My son's name is Bort.
What did George say when they caught him eating that cake out of the garbage can?
It was on the top or half, or it was above the rim or something.
Eating out of the garbage.
It was a wedding cake or birthday cake or something.
Somebody actually brought up the Moors. They were watching the History Channel, and they were like, "Oh, I watched this thing about the Moors," and I said, "You mean the Moops?"
The Moops, see?
And he didn't know what I was talking about. See, I was getting my haircut. It was the barber, and he's like, "What?"
No, I'm sorry, Moops.
Oh, no, it says here Moops.
I don't know that one.
You mean the Moops?
Well, that's when he was
The
playing
Bubble Boy.
He's playing
Trivial
Trivial
Pursuit.
Pursuit with the Bubble Boy.
It's a fight with the bubble.
And the answer was the Moors. You know.
I'm sorry.
But there was a typo on the card. I said, no, I'm sorry. It says Moops here.
That's a misprint. It's supposed to say more. Sorry.
No,
the
it's
card
always
says
sorry.
Moops.
It says Moops.
I have it.
What I remember about that episode is how unpleasant the Bubble Boy was.
He was. He
just
was an
a
ass.
jerk.
He was an
What
ass.
do you want?
Here, it's a minute long. Just play it.
All right. Okay.
It's coming. No, I'm sorry. I think we did a pretty good job of recreating it without playing it. Okay, Gina.
Okay? History. This is for the gang. How you doing over there? Not too good.
All right, Bubble Boy. Let's just play. Who invaded Spain in the 8th century?
That's a joke. The Moors.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry, it's the Moops. The correct answer is the Moops.
Moops? Let me see that. That's not Moops, you jerk. It's Moors. It's a misprint.
I'm sorry, the card says Moops.
And that show has forever affected the way that I refer to the actor John Voight.
John Voight, the actor?
I just go, John Voight! Anytime I see his name, that's John Voight. All right, let's do a promo and get out of here.
On Friday's Radio from Hell show.
At 7, we'll answer your meh question of the week. Send your meh question to radiofromhell@x96.com. We might read it on the air.
Also, you listen at 9 for your text to win keyword for your chance to win tickets to see Imagine Dragons, Neon Trees, and much more at the Love Loud Fest.
It's all on Friday's Radio from Hell show here on X96.
Moops.
Stop, he's already dead.
You know what I've got today?
What do you got, John?
I'll be paying tribute to the ultimate Eclipse Party song, Bonnie Tyler's Totally Eclipse of the Heart.
No.
Oh, turn around, Bright Eyes.
No, both of you stop.
What did I tell you?
Yeah, he has.
I've got the ultimate tribute coming up.
Don't do it.
First break. Plus, I've got Imagine Dragons tickets.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Nobody goes around saying floor pie.
I do.
John Smith is next.
Please keep listening.